Welcome to the NLC. You've heard the talk, watched the scrims and seen the tweets. Streamers, LEC players, MSI champions.
Dropping the ultimate onto Yanko.
But all that matters is what you do on the Rift.
And Hurt is going to be killed by some random bloke from Hungary. MSI champion, welcome to the NLC.
There's only one league like this, so what more do you need to know? Brought to you by Arozzi, the NLC is hitting your screen right now.
Welcome back to Arozzi Northern League of Legends Championship Winter Split. We are on playoffs already. 2 teams are gone by now. And you know what? We're not done yet. We still have another day to see who moves forward and who gets promoted to viewer. I don't know why this sentence is making so much sense lately and everybody is using it. My name is Alexander Asharamaya. Welcome to the show. And obviously, we need a good desk to start this one up. We have a lot of surprises for you today. We also have a game show as obviously. But who's on the desk? It is, without further ado, the return of the boys. Jumalik and Jamada, welcome.
Hello, hello.
Been a while.
Good to have you. Yeah. How are you feeling?
You see how you went to like full mellow? It's like, oh, it's in green. How are you feeling? It's great to be here with both of you guys.
Well, what do we have today? We're gonna have 2 teams fighting for their life. Chaos versus Venom Crest. They've met before. It was the Snake who stood on top. But until now, they're both struggling to get the results that they want. Obviously, the league is filled with amazing teams, amazing players. Well, it's up to you to write the history that you want to actually see at the end, the top of the mountain. With that in mind, what do we have today? I just said it, but I know we have a graphic show. I just want to make sure we have the graphic pop up. There you go, this is the record so far. We got to say goodbye yesterday to LLS versus Ruddy. It was an interesting fight between them. Also, we had to say goodbye to DMG already, and today it's the 3rd team. Man, they're leaving fast. It's only week 3.
Thick and fast. It's a full week of elimination, right? So every series is an elimination series right now. And like you say, losing Chaos or Venom Crest today, Venom Crest ex-champions, right? So seeing them out round 1 would, at the very least for the organization story, be a bit of a shock.
I'm just saying, I'm looking at this lower bracket as well. It doesn't look very easy. The winner of this plays Rich Gang. The winner of this will eventually have to play a pretty strong team. We have the Ruddy Sack over the top. Someone's going to fall from the upper bracket as well. So I feel like unless we get like a G2 lower bracket-ish run, it's going to look really hard for whoever advances.
Already we're saying yesterday, we're just chilling on the lower bracket. We don't want to fight the guys up there. We're just chilling. I don't know. I hear that a lot until they're the ones out and they chill, you know, as a viewer. That's a complicated one. With that in mind, though, I want to tell you, everyone back at home, that this year we're going to have finals live. Where is finals? Well, look at it. How do you say this, Jamada?
Nottingham.
Nottingham, there you go. Join us on March 1st and 2nd in Nottingham, where the lower bracket final and grand final will happen in Nottingham, England, in collab with Nottingham Trent University at their venue. Ticket sales start Sunday, February 9 at 11 AM Central European Time. The seats will be very limited, so think fast and buy them. I just want to let you know that I'm buying 4 of them, so yeah, I have a lot of friends in the UK. They're all there working, so I shouldn't buy tickets, yeah.
It's actually crazy. I feel like me and Jamada started from the UKLC. I started from the Nordics. We've been through the whole roller coaster ride in the NLC, like from the very beginning, and to actually see the realization of a LAN event of players playing on stage against each other with the crowd. It's going to be fantastic. Get your tickets.
With the crowd as well. I remember in 2022 we had like the live, but there were not a lot of
crowd, yeah.
Yeah.
A very limited
we had a
crowd.
giveaway to get people there. You remember, like 3 individuals, like, yeah, we are the crowds and the cameraman. But yeah, now actually getting a big crowd is gonna be lovely. There's also another surprise that eventually we'll let you know. And until then, it's all secret. With that in mind, you know what's not secret? These little chairs up here. So if you want one of these, use the code NLCLOL to get 15% off on everything not already on sale at Arozzi.com. You have all of these, but you also have webcams, you have glasses so your eyes don't get like teared up when you lose in solo queue because you played Nunu jungle like Harbridge did the other day. All those things, like you can use this code and just enjoy it and have a 15% off on everything on the site. And we already have discounts. But with that in mind, we're gonna take a quick pause before we start this one with something special for both of you I set up. I'm not gonna say what it is, but you know what it is. So I'll see you in a few seconds. Could I interest you in a game of Pixel Who Champion Edition?
Oh no!
But this is a hard one!
Oh no! Wait, I need to sip my tea.
All right. Yeah,
Champions are gonna be
coffee.
blurred out. Pixelated,
Nice one, Jamada.
you know? And that means you have to tell me who's the champion. Raise your hand and I'll let you answer this one.
Alright.
Keep in mind, skins are part of this.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, skins
First
will make it
one.
a little easier. Let's go.
Oh, you think so? Okay, Treble.
Action!
What?
Action!
Action?
Sean, good guess.
Okay,
Honestly,
that's actually a good guess.
that's a pretty
Keep
damn
in
good
mind,
guess.
If you tell me the champion and if you get me the skin, that's 2 points.
Okay, original skin. Action.
Original skin, and it's wrong actually, but that was a good one.
That was a really good one. That's like the exact
Really?
same color. That's the exact same color
Yeah.
palette. Yeah, I'm lost, man. You just,
Yeah,
you
give me another pixel. Give me another
pixelate
pixel.
this.
And
Okay,
blur
we get
this.
more.
Ah,
Okay.
Now it's understandable. Yes, Treble Link.
Brand? Original skin?
Nah.
No, it's a little bit too bright.
It is.
Brand-
It is.
Brand is
You're right.
darker.
It's too yellow. It's too yellow as well.
Yeah.
Jamada, what are you doing? Are you
Jamada,
joining
from
in?
you.
Ah,
Are you joining in on this
Sure.
one?
I ain't got a monkeys.
Keep in
mate.
mind, whoever wins the game shows will get sushi. All you
Yeah.
can eat.
He keeps offering sushi, but I don't like sushi, so you're kind of
A
making me
big
want to lose this
burger
game.
for you, Treble Link. A big,
All right.
big burger.
All right, I got I'm fine with.
We go for Yumi's.
Very
Yumi's,
nice.
Yumi's. Yeah, good throwback.
All right,
need
can we
to
get some
decide.
more
I
pixels,
No,
please?
I think we need more
Okay,
pixels.
more
Yes,
pixels, more
please.
pixels. Okay. I think the third one. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yes.
I think this is Talia original skin.
No,
I think.
Nah.
No.
Treble Link. Hit
it's
me.
Ivern. It's Ivern.
Which skin?
Original. I see the flower.
Oh, Treble. It's
No,
wrong.
no.
It was a flower. You see the green flower?
Nah.
Production, do
it's
we
not,
have more
it's not.
pixels of this
Yes,
one? I don't think
please.
so.
Do we only get 3 pixels? Do we only get 3 levels of pixels?
This is it.
Are you having a laugh?
Production, you're scamming us, man.
Well, nobody gets this one. The skin.
What is it though?
What?
Dragon Master Rakan.
I really hope
man.
you've picked some more popular skins at least, so they're findable.
Yeah.
The next
no
one
way.
is
That
easy.
skin-
The next one is
Okay.
easy.
That
The
like
next one
just
is
came out.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
This one is a good one. This one is a good one. Okay, get ready.
Yeah.
Second champion. There you go.
Oh.
There you go. This is an easy one. Jamada.
Yeah, I mean, if that's not base Lissandra, then I don't know what's going on, man. It's base Lissandra or there's like 2 other champions I think it could
50-50.
be.
He said Lissandra. Let me 50-50
Okay.
him.
Lissandra,
Let me
Go,
50-50
Jamada.
him.
Go.
Yeah.
Go.
Trouble.
Nunu, original skin.
Oh, that was a good throwback. That's a good throwback. Both wrong. But that's good.
Okay.
We're getting on
pixels?
the specific part. We're getting on
Okay.
the Give me
Yeah.
more pixels. More pixels.
Yeah, more pixels.
But we're
Yalla,
there.
yalla.
We're there. Okay, Trouble. Did it change?
Okay, I need
It
the
did.
help on the
I know.
crowd.
I think I know what this is. I think I know.
I know
Oh,
too.
go on, Trouble. You put your hand up first.
Okay,
You put your hand
Trouble.
up
I'll
first.
say
Yeah.
the champion, you say the skin. I think it's Syndra, the aquatic skin.
Oh, that might be better than my guess. Yeah.
What's your guess?
Jamada, what's your guess?
My guess was actually just base Sejuani.
Oh, good one.
We are on the same place. Close, but not there. Not there. Third pixel. Okay, okay. I would just like to say graphics made it really hard. Oh, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Okay, trouble.
Chrome?
I see. Huh?
Chrome original? Chrome?
No. Okay, I'm gonna.
Come on, it's Freljord. Get it.
It is. It's a skin from Freljord. It is the champion from Freljord.
Oh. Well, I hope so. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and guess it's that weird ice. I don't know the name of it, but Olaf has that one weird ice skin that like no one uses, and I think it's this exact color palette as well. No,
it's not.
Okay.
It
go on then.
You've stitched us up this
Yeah.
game. Oh, wait! I know what it is. I know it's the Silas skin. It's Silas with the frost skin with the cool ass hood.
is
I just
Silas,
can't remember what it's called. It's that
Freljord
skin. It's that skin. Yes.
That's a point for Jemada.
Yes.
Oh, I
I'm
got
happy for
skin.
you. I'm so happy for you, Jonathan.
Oh. No, we're not even playing against each other. This is like straight up just what.
We're playing against Archer over here.
Yeah, we're playing against Archer collectively.
Okay, you both get points. Okay, this is a team up. Third one. We're teaming up now. I see it. Okay. Ahmed, if you're listening,
Is it-
the individual who made these?
Is it a Zaya skin? No? Okay. Jamada, yours.
Is this Crystal Rose Talon?
Nice guess.
No.
Is
More
it-
pixels,
is
more
it-
pixels.
Is it a Crystal Rose skin line at all? No. Okay.
Okay, I'll start giving you clues if
More
you ask
pixels,
on the
more
second.
pixels.
On the second clue, on the second pixel, I can give you clue. Do you want clue?
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. We need
Mid
the
lane.
Cooper.
Mid lane champion.
That confused me more. Pixels.
Pixel!
Pixels.
It's Vex 100%. Jamada,
Oh,
Vex
real.
skins he came up with. It's the first skins he came up with.
Dawnbringer Vex. Yes,
Real,
it is.
yes.
She got it. That's another point for both of you. I don't know. I'm just counting points for the group.
Or you've chosen
Yeah.
My
really
point for
hard
both
skins
of you.
here.
We're not even fighting anymore, man. Like this is just like,
I'm concerned about the next one.
Jamada,
Then
give me a
Fourth
high five,
one.
man. Go. Hey. If
Oh,
that's
this
an
is
action,
rough.
I don't know.
It's not
No,
action. You
that
don't
one's
know.
not action. Yeah, no, that one's not action for sure.
Top lane.
Top lane. Okay, I'm gonna throw out a random guess here. But you said top lane, so it's probably
Yeah.
not. But this has the same color palette as a Commando Galio or Commando Zinzao. But it feels like one of those, but it's not.
They're a little too green, no?
I think
Okay,
that
pixels.
Commando. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I
More
think we need more
pixel.
because I-
Even I'm confused.
Didn't you pick
Mate,
them?
our graphics team has stitched us up today.
I presented the skins. I didn't present the pixels. This is hard mode.
This is mental.
One more pixel, please. Production.
Okay. Bonk. That's another clue. Bonk.
Trundle?
Bonk.
Only Trundle bonk.
Oh, is it the Papa Trundle skin? I can't remember what it's actually called, but everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Papa
One where
Trundle?
Yeah, the one where he's sat in the throne, man. You guys know what one I'm talking
The
about.
old one, the classic.
Yeah. Not,
No.
yeah.
Could be. Could be,
Okay.
but it's not.
Okay.
Do we get any more
Third
pixels?
Third pixel. Troubles in take so far has been pixel.
I am. Is this Jace from Arcane?
No, another
Oh.
clue.
No.
Rise.
Oh,
Yorick?
Arc-like Yorick?
Arclight Yorick. There you go. You get yet another one.
Jamada, we
it
did
was
it.
zoomed in.
We did it!
Okay,
Get us out.
Final one.
Oh, no.
Final one.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Well, if
How?
that's not who we think it is,
If that's
Trouble.
not Evelyn,
I
give
don't
up.
know.
Oh, I see it.
It's the
Even
color
I would
palette,
fall
but I
for
don't
that
think-
one.
It's not
yeah, it's the
Evelyn.
color
It's
palette.
Evelyn.
It's
he's
not
not
Evelyn.
used any normal skins, has he? No.
No,
No.
no, he's not. He's not using single.
I'll
default
give
skin.
you a tip. Could be played top, but primarily jungle.
Oh, it's not Evelyn for
Sick.
sure.
It's not Evelyn. No. Nah, just
More
run-
pixel,
more
more
pixel.
pixel, more pixel,
Just
more
run
pixel.
it. Just run the.
Is this Trundle?
I don't think this is Trundle.
No, it's not
No.
Trundle. Okay, I got a clue for you. That will make it extremely easy.
Yeah.
Feats of strength. Feats.
Well, you said
It's
Feet.
Briar. He
It's
didn't say feats
Briar.
of strength. He said feats of strength.
feet.
From
yeah.
Primordial Briar. That's the one. Trouble got it without a single clue. Look at her.
I didn't even know the
Okay,
skin
but-
existed. So
This,
great.
This, ga-
Ah.
this game show is evil.
It's rigged. It's been rigged.
This one was evil.
We did great, Jamal.
Ahmed,
I'm proud
thank
of you.
Like that was that was really rough, Ahmed. I'll say both of you won because it was extreme difficulty. Yeah, I would say both of you win. So who knows? Maybe on a live event you'll get a burger and you'll get a burger.
We take those.
It's something. But not only you receive a victory, like a prize, but we also get a prize by getting the interview from today's match. It was Chaos versus Venom Crest on a 1v1 conversation. Actually, it was a 1v3. Take a look. Chaos versus Venom Crest, lower bracket elimination game yet again. Lofty, we talked before, and this is gonna be interesting because I get to see Lofty, and then I get to see the entire team of Chaos. By the way, Lofty, you're getting ganked. How are you
I'm
feeling for
only
today's match?
I'm feeling good, man. Like, we're starting the day off with a 1v5, then we go for a 5v5 later, should be easier, no?
I see. Chaos, join in on this one because now we get the full screen of Chaos. I believe we're missing one of the players, and there you go. Look at him. I only see 3, but at least I got to see 3. How you doing today?
Yeah, doing great. Our mid laner doesn't want to be seen, so yeah. Kind of only 3v1 right now, but yeah.
He's already missing. He's already missing. Chaos, this is for you, okay? I heard before we started the split that your team wanted to fight on equal grounds, regardless of the enemy. We have big names and all that, but you just wanted to come in and just punch them. Do you believe fear has taken over you during seeding stage and it's gone, or how did we get to this point?
Oh, it has been rough, you know? It's like fear has been taking over us for sure, but like individually, we're obviously not on the level, I guess. It has been like we're fighting upwards with underdogs every single time, and it's like we're doing our best, but it's obviously has not been enough. But I feel like we have a good chance today. Mood is good.
I like
I
it.
think we've been improving a lot, and yeah.
Bootcamp buff
Okay,
is OP
I
as
want
well.
to take that. As we move forward, I want to take that one. Venom Crest for you though. Venom Crest is a team that is used to getting to finals. Obviously, with new roster showcasing and everybody gets surprised, they get the good places. Lofty, do you feel this is the same this year, getting into like good places, or is the snake losing its skin?
I mean, I think it would be weird for me to say, like, yeah, we're guaranteed going to finals when we obviously lost a lot of money out, but I don't know, man. Like, I think, I mean, today is gonna be what today is gonna be, you know? I don't really have any expectations. I don't know really how we're gonna look or how we're gonna play. We have some situations going on in the top lane department today, so
Oof.
we have
Okay.
to lock in, you know. But I think, I mean, I hope bootcamp buff is real, guys. It would maybe be necessary.
Lofty, I'll make a question for you so I can toss it to Chaos afterwards. Where do you think your team, Venom Crest, beats Chaos?
I think individually in a lot of places, I think we would say we beat them. I think both teams have not really shown like the mastermind macro. We're pulling them apart everywhere. So think it's very likely there's just going to be a lot of hands flexing today, and whoever flexes their hands better wins, you know. And maybe it's the Norwegian bootcamp, or maybe it's the 5 online gamers plus or whatever who wins the hands flex. But I think it's going to be fun.
Chaos. It's gonna be a skill check today. Everybody's gonna be skill checked. Where do you think you have the upper hand versus them? I see those smiles, so come on, don't pull punches, man. I want to see the real Chaos. Come on.
I mean, I feel like Venom Crest is one of the team we did like at least did the best against last time we played. It haven't obviously been going as well as we hoped ourselves, but I think if there's any team we could beat, it could be them. So yeah, and then let's hope the boot camp and our scrims have paid off.
I'm not sure what's happening to your top laner, but if I'm playing against a coach, I think I will stomp him, you know? So, I'm just saying.
I hope so for you too, man.
No. Yeah, can you imagine that if it's a coach? Tunnel, if it's a coach and you lose the 1v1?
Bro, I would just, no, that would be the worst thing that could ever happen to me.
The thought, just the thought. Okay, Lofty, and then for Chaos, last question. I need a number. At the end of the day, how's the score gonna look like? Starting with you, Lofty.
3-1.
3-1. Okay, they get a game. Okay, Chaos. At the end of the day,
think
how
we
do you
meant
think this is
the-
gonna end up?
I think he meant the 3-1 to Chaos.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
just
3-1 as well.
No, we're going game 5 actually. We're going game 5.
Game 5 would be actually fun.
Yeah, 3-2, 3-2.
Okay, 3-2. In one of the games, Turtle gets gapped by a coach. Is that it?
Nah, I don't
I'm
think
kidding,
so.
I'm kidding.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm good. I love you, bros. So with that in mind, thank you so much for this interview. Best of luck on the bootcamp. Lofty, best of luck dealing with a coach. I don't know. I'll see you soon, everyone.
Welcome to NLC News. I'm Middlecott and this is your NLC update. It's a great week for Hamza, as the American AD carry is voted as the third best North American player in Europe at a ceremony attended by Jojo Pion and some bloke who plays for Dung Dynasty, a team which sounds like the name of one of the worst Chinese restaurants in the world. The award comes amid otherwise uncertain times for the marksman, as comments first reported by Esports News UK from team co-owner I Will Dominate referred to the player as less Peter Peng, more Project Ash NA, and said he will sue Jack Spectra for all he's worth for what he did to this team. DMG's esports content team took a blow this week after a planned mic check episode covering their series against Los Ratones had to be cancelled, since the majority of the audio was just the players repeating the phrase, "It is what it is." The episode began 8 minutes into Game 1 after Fateski's failed flash allowed the Baus to pick up an easy first blood. And when DMG's jungler died scarcely a minute later, the phrase began to pop up here and there before the entire team was chanting it by the end of Game 1 and for the entirety of Game 2. The organisation has responded immediately, trading 5 Meat Feast pizzas from an unnamed takeaway pizza chain to Limvis Lightside for the services of their junior assistant executive sports psychologist, will hopefully be able to get the DMG players back on the right track. Bulldog Esports' new strategy of being good at the game is producing stunning results, as the 4-time organisation took an unexpected upset win versus the Ruddy Sack. Cayman and Exofeng led from the front as Bulldog implemented their strategy of chaining together good fights around objectives, all with the goal of blowing up the enemy nexus. Sources close to the organisation report that Coach Kybet spent many a sleepless night working on the plan and is glad to see that it's paying dividends. And finally, it's turbulent times over at Sheep Esports, as renewed interest in the NLC means that their journalists are now spending 25 hours a week on Google Translate to make their articles readable in English. A spokesperson for the news organisation said that whilst they are fully equipped to manage the extra workload, they have had to improve efficiency in other areas in order to cope. For example, all employees have now been taught the keyboard shortcut for copy and paste, and now have Leaguepedia set as their browser homepage to save time searching for the site. As long as this doesn't impede on the high quality journalism that they are known for, this newsreader doesn't mind one bit. That's all from us here at NLC News. I have been Middlecott and this has been your NLC Update.
We are 5 minutes away from Chaos Esports versus Venom Crest Esports. It's do or die for both teams. They have to, well, you have to stand up. And now you know your coach is playing on the top side. Turtle obviously facing this hurdle. Let's talk about what we have in store for us, because they already met. And so far Venom Crest is winning that matchup. But what can you expect? Gentlemen,
Am I part of the
I like
gentleman?
it.
Okay, cool, cool.
I was waiting for
phrase.
Trouble to pipe up about it. I was like, well, she is part of the boys, but like, is she gonna take gentlemen anyway? Yeah. For me, Venom Crest, it's about the story from last year coming into now. Completely different league landscape. Seeding stage wasn't too hot. First round of playoffs wasn't too hot. Now they're in elimination. Backs against the wall. Who's going to step up, especially under the circumstances of the substitution in the top lane? Because I think for some people, Elijah was probably one of the main forward-facing carries to the roster.
I agree. 100%. He was the experienced one. You know, you have a lot of rookies on the team, but the rookie of the split in the previous
Rookie of the
year
split
is
into
now...
the most experienced player on the roster.
It's rough.
Yeah.
I talked about it on the interview. It was like, yeah, I was not expecting this. This was like, I was promoted too fast. So he's not even here. Now it's the coach. Trouble Link, when you see these situations, obviously on you're facing death of the tournament, it's not easy for your team.
No, and I feel like specifically for Venom Crest, I was very critical even in their wins when I saw them. Because I felt like there was just a lot of miscommunication going on in the map. I feel like Elijah was clearly a very distinct win condition in terms of split pushing and taking control over to the top side, where he diverts a lot of the pressure there, a lot of attention, a lot of members, and then Venom Crest can do whatever they want on the other side of the map. However, there were a lot of miscommunications in terms of TPs, re-engaging when Elijah couldn't join, and my eyes fall straight onto Maki and Lori. I feel like they're gonna have to be the two standout players over on the bot side of the map. And I've also prepped a very nice graphic for you guys to show you that when these guys actually get agency in the bot lane, they win majority of their games, particularly the Varus Rel, the Kalista Rel. Now here's the caveat. Rel is a very strong champion. If you can find engages, you can find flanks, you can turn team fights around. We're diving into hardcore fearless. Even if Lori can get his hands on Rel once, that is it. You can't anymore, and you're gonna have to step it up on other champions too.
Yeah, and I've got to add a bit of caveat though, not to be negative Nancy here. Lori was channeling his inner Hillsang throughout a lot of the seeding stage. He was in a lot of positions where, you know, despite the agency, once he was outside the laning phase of that lead, this brother was doing some things, and it's the double-edged sword. He was finding great engages, but also he was costing Venom Crest a lot, and I think that did lead to some of the inconsistencies we've seen around this team. So I need to see them have agency, but I also need to make sure that as a collective, they're reining themselves in, or specifically Lorien, when it comes to looking for these engages, so they're all on the same page to make them work more consistently.
I understand it's seeding stage, and obviously you don't have a lot of information because you can pick the same champions, but as Trouble stated out, this is now Fearless, so you have to go deep into your champion pool, and apparently he only likes to play with those hard engaged champions. Now to the other side, Chaos Esports, they said as soon as they join in, they wanted to come in swinging regardless of who the opponent was. I don't think so far they were able to achieve that. Maybe some tension and obviously nervous system getting the best of them, but now there's no more time to, if coulda, woulda, shoulda. You have to do it right now. And playstyle wise, I know Triple Link, you talked about Venom Crest, but what about Chaos? What can you tell us about Chaos?
This is the perfect opportunity to throw Venom Crest off balance. I've highlighted particularly champions that you don't necessarily see very often, whether they're paired up like the Ezreal Nico or individually like Talia bot lane, Maokai top, you see Zac in the jungle. Those are some niche champions that they can bring into the mix to throw Venom Crest off guard. This is their time to actually create chaos on the Rift, especially in the top lane. I'm seeing Mordekaiser, Renekton, Ambessa. Use that, leverage that. You're playing against a player that you should technically absolutely stomp. You know what the biggest fear of AD carry says? Jamada will know. It's fed bruisers. So there you
Fed
go.
bruises. It is true. I can tell you a lot of years of doing that and getting all chats. I mean, look, I think this team is a roster that shouldn't really struggle based on what we've seen throughout this split so far in the Fearless Draft format, right? They seem to have a lot of depth. They seem to have a lot of strategies. I think the emphasis is going to be on Venom Crest to make sure they're as prepped as they can be for these, you know, potential weird picks and combinations. And I think for them, staying on the beaten path is probably the best, whilst, you know, Chaos strive and do their own thing, and just kind of try and make them get lost in their own source.
The most interesting thing about that champion pool you brought up, Trouble, is when you look into Venom Crest, they're trying to play kind of the same style, but when you look into Chaos, it looks like they're playing Fearless already on seeding stage.
Hey, so they shouldn't care, right?
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're comfortable. We were not... Was it not Fearless already? Was it not?
It's
We
like,
were already playing
we
this.
don't have 15 AD carries available to us. Fine, we play Talia bot. Who cares?
Why not? Welcome to the Champion Select, first one of this best out of 5 Fearless. You can see at the top with the Kit Kat. If you play it, if it's picked, it's gone. No longer available. Corki, such a high priority lately, but also that Kalista should always be on the other side as well. Just as the Skarman, please. Please. Also, Syndra's disabled for everybody up there.
So, interesting to see what actually the priorities are right here. And of course, the bans will always tell you the story, but things like, for example, Aurora that can be flexed mid-top, things like the Jace that can go tank and also go poke are very potent, very important. I'm also looking as it's going to be very important for Malky and Lori to get a very strong bot lane, because I feel like the agency is going to fall onto them now that Elijah is no longer, well, not no longer, at least not for this series in Venom Crest. So we'll see if Lori can actually get that rel in his hands early on, but just for one time. Just one time.
Yeah, the interesting thing to me right now is the red side Ambessa ban, because normally you would be the one banning out the Cassante, plus maybe also the Kalista, that's obviously gone. Skarna's the permanent ban. And then of course Vi is normally something you would typically ban throughout a majority of a Fearless series on red side, until things really start to kind of get thinned out. Triple AD ban. Chaos seem to know where they want to focus their attention. But it does make me wonder, if this doesn't end up being a Cassante ban, doesn't end up being a Vi ban, even with the triple AD ban, are you happy with that?
Come on, don't do this again. You said B1 Vi yesterday. Don't do this again.
Look, I mean, Vi and Cassante are both up. You've triple banned ADs, so that normally says to me you probably want to first pick an AD to continually thin out the pool. So for Chaos, it's like, what do you want to do now? Because it feels like you've opened Pandora's box a little bit, and loads of things are still left open. Cassante seems to be the choice of top laner for Turtle.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Turtle is playing versus an opponent that he should technically be steamrolling, right? So speaking of the Cassante, sure, it's a strong champ, but I wanted like something with more gut in it, you know?
I don't know, man. I feel like Cassante can roll over a lot of picks. The problem is, stuff like Poppy's up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect Zealot to necessarily come out with something like a Jace, as an example. These are like some of the better lane options into Cassante, some of the stronger side lane options too. So Venom Crest's going to take seemingly the Poppy. We'll see whether or not it ends up in the top side. It is one of the picks that I think silently for a long time has been pretty good into Cassante, but top laners don't usually end up leaning on. But now, again, triple AD ban, does that put pressure on Venom Crest to want to secure Malky something powerful that's still left up in the pool? Because again, it's only going to get worse, but for the time being, it seems like it will just be Viego, and they will lock this in. And now, again, over towards Chaos, what their options are going to be, we'll have to kind of wait and see, because draft priorities seem a little bit all over the place right now.
All right, so I love the point from Jamada about the Poppy. She's a neutralizer usually to Cassante, but then again, this is what I'm saying. I want a little bit more gut over from the top side, especially from Turtle. Taxfig, if he locks in the Maokai right here, is just pretty simple, perfect. We are ganking bot lane. Right here on blue side, you won't necessarily have the chance to counterpick your bot lane. Therefore, you do have a lot of front line already. You do have the engage through the Maokai as well. And I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen to Rel. Because if right here Chaos does not pick the Rel, I'm thinking Venom Crest can very easily R3 that and then ban out Rel.
You can take out the Braum, you can take out the Leona. I also like to highlight those like Maokai, Zorn, and stuff like that. I was thinking Zealot should be picking those, like to make it easy, not overcomplicate things, but with Maokai gone for the rest of the entire series, it's going to be interesting. So what do you go? You go for that Rail as a support for Lodi? Or maybe that Poppy is for Lodi, because he played it on the seeding stage.
Yeah, that's the thing. It is gonna remain a flex for a little while, but when you see it kind of just instantly answered by to the Cassante, it always seems like that's gonna be the case. We've seen this come out a couple of times, the Xerath into Hui. It hasn't always looked good, but it definitely does get going quite quickly if it gets the kills under its belt. It's going to be Victor though. We've seen this matchup a good handful of times. It does feel as though to me that Hui can definitely bully out Victor a little bit, despite Victor's typically strong laning phase into a lot of mages, just because of the array of spells that Hui has at his disposal. We're into the second ban phase now, and I would expect, you're probably going to ban out some supports. You're dealing with triple AD ban. You probably don't want to thin out the pool more than it already is thinned out. And if you have an idea of, we want to pick Rail, something like Braum Alistar as the set 2 bans is probably going to make that a little bit telegraphed. We'll see if Chaos get the read and what they want to allow Venom Crest to run in that support slot.
I'd like to see Venom Crest with something that actually has priority through that bot lane. I think Poppy is not necessarily going to suffer, but I don't expect Zillow to put a lot of pressure over on the top side of the map. Diego is a champion that kind of wants to farm and then cash out later on with the resets, with his items and stuff like this. Victor doesn't do that great in the early game either to give him that prior. And it's not that Maokai is just going to enter your jungle and kill you straight up, but having more pressure in terms of ganking in every single lane is going to create more pressure for the Viego in general. So having at least one lane that can stabilize, push for you, you can play towards, heading towards that bot side of the map as well. Secure your first Scuttle Crab is going to be insane. Great ban on the Rel right here from Chaos as well. Again, one of Lori's most successful champions in terms of their victories.
This is very interesting. The Wukong Bang says that Venom Crest aren't super sold that Maokai is going to end up in the jungle and that it could end up as a support, which is a bit of an odd call out, I think, at this stage in the game. But honestly, Maokai as a slow rolling engager from the support slot and then actually Wukong to skirmish alongside his current solo lanes would have been a pretty nice idea. And Nautilus can be removed away, so just trying to keep the hard engage options limited on Lori's side. It has been his strong suit, but Leona's still up. And I would expect that if they're gonna go support here, then that's what they'd want to do. But the split ban of supports does make me think that maybe they should go towards AD now.
There's 3 things that are really good into Ezreal, and that's Maokai, Nautilus, and Vi. Jungle has been picked from Venom Crest. Maokai belongs to Taxvig, and you also have Nautilus banned. You could potentially go for something like the Ezreal and just kind of leave him alone. You can even lane swap if you want to as well. However, you do have a very late game scaling AD carry in terms on the side of Venom Crest. I'd like to see what Chaos have in store to take priority over in the lane, because also the counter pick and support could very easily come over from Lori as he has R5.
It is locked in, okay.
Game 1, Hyper Carry versus Hyper Carry. It's not often we get this in Fearless, to be pretty blunt about it, but this Zeri, Jinx, these are champions normally you kind of see pop out maybe game 3, 4, 5. I wonder if this means that we get an Enchanter out of Rotsuo, right? Lulu, Yuumi, those are like the premier ones usually that pair well with Zeri. There's the Lulu. So, Lori now. Is it just Leona? I guess is the big question, because all of the point and click support, CCs are kind of gone. You don't want to run Poppy in the bottom lane, and Poppy's a much better answer to Cassante in the top side. No.
A bit too late. No.
I've seen enough of this around the world to say that if your name is not Delight, or your name is weirdly enough not Isla from that one LTA series, I'm not sure how I feel about it. But we know what Elise can do in terms of the laning phase. The early potential for dives is really, really high, especially if Kiki can get down there. Change to CM and burst. It can work. We'll have to see how the laning phase itself pans out. That seems to be the game plan here for Venom Crest towards the bottom side.
Absolutely. I think we said it from the very beginning, right? You definitely don't want to play towards your sub over in the top lane, although it was a different case last night with Radisuk bringing Wonder. This time around, it's your weak side of the map. Definitely want to play towards the bot side of the map. I would like to see an AD carry that's maybe a little bit more aggro, that can do a lot more plays with the kills, potentially even something like a Kai'Sa. So I want to see how this Jinx is actually going to survive all of the assault coming her way from super far with the way the Cassante in her face. Maokai has point and click engage. Nothing nothing can pin down Zeri in these team fights as well. So I do really like what Chaos have in terms of a draft. I think they're very slippery. I think they've got good range and a good front to back. If they can leverage the fact that this Cassante gets ahead in the early game, maybe they do have a chance in this series.
Setting up the rhythm to begin this one for Chaos would be a change of scenery for what we've seen them so far in the groups. Can Venomcrest take them down with the coach? Because at least if you're talking about experience, now you have the coach. So maybe the voice of reason will help them get a better engage. With that in mind, it's time to go into the game. But before that, a quick word from our sponsors.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the caster desk here for today's Best of 5. My name is Duckling. I am joined by Professor Foxtrot here to give some grades for some struggling teams, you could say, as they both try and keep their hope alive here in the lower bracket.
Yeah, it's been tough so far. Chaos have yet to pick up a game in the NLC. This would be the time to do it in this series, right? You're up against Venomcrest, who have also been struggling a little bit. More importantly, are playing with their substitute top laner, right? No Elijah today. It's their manager in top, which we'll see how that one works out. So far, obviously, it's the Poppy on him. We'd expect quite a lot of those lower agency top laners and playing that dog role in the top side. But yeah, for Venomcrest, this is, no excuses here, really. Like, I know, you've not got your full roster here, but Chaos is a team. Like, if you think that you can actually go far in the lower bracket here for Venomcrest, like this is an unfortunate situation you find yourself in, but it is just a bump in the road, right? If you can't beat this, if you can't overcome this, then yeah, you won't get far anyway. So a lot for these two teams to prove, to be honest, here in this best of 5.
Yeah, I mean, harsh, folks, harsh, but fair as well in your assessment there, I do want to say. I think there's obviously an excuse to be made, right? When your coach is playing top lane, who has never really peaked high elo by any means. I've peaked higher elo than him, and I'm here on the casting desk. And that kind of tells a bit of the story, right? He will be put on dog duty, and hopefully he can just sit there and micromanage the whole team in terms of map movements and whatever. He is Danish, maybe that shows some extra skill in him, but then again, Danes doesn't always mean wins, right? Chaos, 3 Danes in their lineup, and yet, as you say, to pick up their first win. I feel a bit sad for them. I really want to see them succeed. Obviously, it's 3 Danes, but it's also some lovely people I had a chat with before the split to talk about their ambitions and hope, and I know they wanted to reach more than this, and I believe they can, but they simply haven't been able to show the version I have seen before, and the version they have described to me before the season started, and hopefully they can show their true strength here today.
Yeah, for sure, and it was mentioned in that pre-game interview with Chaos, between Chaos and Lofty. Chaos said last time they played Venomcrest, it was the closest game that Chaos had, and it's true. It was a 35-minute game where Venomcrest were actually struggling for a lot of that game. It was certainly a game that Chaos could have won, and that was against Venomcrest at full power. So you would imagine in a similar situation, similar game now, with the situation being what it is, with that sub in the top lane for Venomcrest, Chaos certainly stand a chance in this one. I thought coming into this, it would be difficult for Chaos to bring Venomcrest down. Venomcrest, although they find themselves in the lower bracket here, which is obviously not where they want to be, they have shown some good things too, and it certainly is going to be a difficult team to break through. But for Chaos here, it all starts right now. Game number 1 of our best of 5. Time for these guys to prove that they belong here in the NLC, that they've come to compete, they can make the sexy things happen. We're already getting a bit of an exchange here in the top side of the map.
Yeah, it's a bit, it is 100% do and die for both teams in this best of 5. For Venomcrest, obviously, a lot of rookies on their lineup, but there are also some expectations as, we'll say hello to Artiflip, but nothing more will come of it. But being defending champions when you're Venomcrest, there are some expectation with that, right? Foxtrot, and I know it was kind of a bit of a Leicester they did last year, right? Winning the title out of nowhere as pretty much a newly promoted team coming up in 2024, but Leicester's title defense wasn't that great either. They finished middle of the pack, and Venomcrest could do even worse than that, and yeah, be one of the first teams to be eliminated if they fail to beat KSC today.
It would be a sad story if that were to happen, but you know, Venom Crest have been in that situation before, right? As you say, when they won the NLC last year, it was off the back of a squad that was pretty new to the NLC, right? They're no strangers to having new faces here, and yeah, so we did discuss this actually before the game, what we thought might happen here with a lane swap. So who did this benefits more? It's like easy to punish Zealot here if you're Chaos, right? Because it's 2v1, he should struggle. Like, it should be quite a difficult situation for him to have to navigate, especially if he's already kind of out of his depth here in this game as a substitute coming in. But considering he doesn't have to play the 1v1 now, right? He could just
gonna find Taxi.
Yeah, Taxi's in tow actually.
Yeah, he does have flash. I think he's fine if he needs to use it to get on the turret. We'll just be able to walk it off. But I mean, nice bit of aggression here. Are they gonna go for the dive already? I mean, they have the Elise. Is Repel available? Is maybe one of the questions, but instead Venom Crest decide against it. Turtle, you know, Brazilian, right? Solo kill perks. What else can you say about him? Well, he described himself in his LFT as a weak side connoisseur, and that will certainly be put to the test in a lane swap, right? But he'll have to survive with little to no resources here under the turret. Doing quite well. The turret won't be targeting Lori. He's able to walk it off, but yeah, you can see he's really not getting many resources from his team so far.
Nah, he's chilling. He's chilling as you would expect. You know, Cassante as well will be fine early. Just take some time to get into the game. I still honestly think that this benefits Venom Crest more than it benefits Chaos, this lane swap. Like, you know, Poppy, Zealot now does not have to play the 1v1, which I think is harder than playing a lane swap, especially considering Zealot is the coach, right? So he should know the strategy behind this kind of playstyle of being in a lane swap situation. So yeah, Lori now. This is an Elise with Repel.
Look at the jungle as well. I mean, Taxi is taking the red buff. Doesn't have the help. Is able to. Well, he hasn't taken it quite yet. Lofty. First rotation on it. Sui's now coming up as well, but the red buff will be donated over. Taxi simply leashing for Kiki, who's able to get that as maybe Lofty will be engaged upon. Arozzi has met here as the Danish trio actually looking to claim first blood. Nice cancel out of the blast code as Arozzi will pick up the first blood now. Kiki maybe. Will be polymorph, but able to walk it off. You know, the safety of his turret definitely enough at this early stage of the game. But Hale strike back, taking up first blood.
A little bit greedy there from Venom Crest. They have to recognize here that this is not their strong side of the map. You know, you've got your two bot laners in bot side, whereas Chaos, they've put them top side. So here comes Lulu here to help this play out. This is not a 2v2. Kiki thinks, you know, there's mid lane in the loft, he can just walk away from this one. But it's not the case when a Lulu shows up. Polymorph, bit of Lance for the kill as well. That ends up being the difference maker.
That's a good start for Chaos. I think maybe the first time we can say that all split really, right? It hasn't been anywhere near all sunshine and rainbows for them. It's more been the usual British weather with constant rain for this Norwegian organization, as I don't believe Kiki was able to steal those raptors away. No, Taxi did end up securing it with the smite. Obviously, the first blood to Arozzi isn't the ideal option here for Chaos. They would normally like to play through who they themselves describe as their main carry in Sui, who had a lot of success down in the Danish scene, winning the league actually with AUC Tigers. And yeah, he was a bit of an up-and-coming wonder kid, you could say, last year in the Danish scene, and now, you know, getting his chance in NLC Div 1. Hasn't looked up to snuff yet, but I know there is much more to show from this guy. Lori takes a heap of damage, as I was not prepared for that. I don't think he'll die, but the burst certainly exists for both teams, as Arozzi also forced to use the heal.
Yeah, trading heals for Ignite there from the supports. We get the standard lanes here. We've got bot laners versus bot lane, although it's in the top side of the map. But again, this jungle aggression continues here from the Viego, who does have an advantage over Maokai early on. This 1v1, these skirmishes do favor a champion like Viego.
He's not checking. Idea. He does know.
Yeah, he has no idea.
What?
And he's going to lose his romp as well.
They should have an idea that something is going on, but I guess they don't want to contest it. Interesting. Is that a TP used up top lane? Yeah, someone is TPing top lane. It's Turtle. Yeah, this is for the grubs. Don't want to give it up as Arozzi is caught out. Forced to flash away. No heal, remember, after the last exchange. But Lori, next up on the menu. Quick little takedown as Taxi will now secure the other. It is Feats of Warfare and 2 kills into Chaos's pocket.
Great start here for Chaos. They're going to get all of these grubs as well. Meanwhile, bot side, Zealot already used his teleport. He's just left to push this bot lane tower down. 2 kills for Chaos plus those grubs. They'll be very happy with that one, and a great start here for Chaos.
A great start, much needed after 4 losses in the regular stage. Let's take a look at this one more time, because originally it's Venomcrest that pulled the trigger, thinking they've got Matsuo out, but they were mistaken.
They need to chill at this point. They're kind of just caught with their pants down though, because mid lane's collapsing, the top lane collapses as well.
Now we are caught with our pants down as Fighters breaking out here. Taxi, flash away, Lori still wants to catch up, flash repel is very aggressive and it will pay off as well. Turtle though could look to try and turn this around. All out is a fight that he wants, as there is no resets for Kiki, Lofty no mana, and it's oh so free for Chaos to just clean this up, as I believe that's the first kill for Sui. 2 more onto Chaos's pocket.
5 kills to 1 in favor of Chaos right now. It was a collapse again from Venomcrest, but Chaos coming out on top. It seems to be a running theme right here. Venomcrest are the initiators of these plays, but it's Chaos who's actually benefiting from them. And Venomcrest need to be a little bit more respectful, be more afraid of what they're playing up against here, because it is fighting them pretty hard right now. And Turtle, you might say, Akasante getting early kills isn't really a big deal, which is fair enough. But
I mean,
as this game goes on, he's going to be a real menace to deal with.
We all know what Sante can do, right? We know that if you give him too much of a lead, he will become near unstoppable, as this has been... What a palette cleanse you can call this actually from Chaos, right? Such a disappointing group stage, and this for start, you've gotten both the neutral objectives. You've claimed all 3 kills to get those feats of warfare as well. You just had 1 neutral objective, a turret away from the feats of strength. You've got a small little goal lead as well as Sealot. It's too aggressive, does have the flash. I think he should be able to get out. The W flies wide as Lori's here to try and turn it around. Kiki could be coming in as well, but they decide against it smartly for Venomcrest. Not over eager to pull the trigger this time around.
I think at this point as well, as we're getting out of the lane phase soon, most likely, approaching 10 minutes into the game. You know what, I'm going to hold this point because Tuxfield's going to get caught once again, potentially. They've had a target on the Chaos' jungler all game, and here it happens again.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be CC chained. There is no way out of this. There is no rotation coming through, and yep, sentenced to go 6 feet under. A counter move could happen. Suhi could find them all in hand. He does. That's such good damage. Where's the rest of the team, guys? You need to do something about this. You could get so many kills, but it's Suhi. He's 1v4 pretty much. Does have the flash. Can he find a way out of this? Oh, Suhi. Are we finally starting to see what he can bring to the Rift as he smartly maneuvers around and just gets the first kill. Looks for the second. The snipe does not connect, and Lori should be able to get it out. To get a kill in that situation, very smartly played from the Danish laner.
Just a 1-for-1 at the end of the day. Be happy with that one, Chaos. And that could have been really scary as well. Zhui's ult, this is the thing to keep your eye on right here. Zhui's ult is not up. You can see it on the spectators about halfway now. By the time the end of that play was happening, it just came up. Like, he's buying a lot of time, and this combo is insane. He hits all 3 of them with that combo. It's gross. Yeah, I don't know. The fact that Chaos wasn't able to get in for the rest of the team is tragic there. I think a collapse from Azeri and Lulu would have been perfect, but yeah, and if Zhui had his ult up as well, that would have been really gross. Really gross. Yeah. Close stuff.
And this feels like everything. Every single bit of things that went against Chaos or that they failed to pull off in their first games is going their way, right? They're able to not only take fights and win them, take these small skirmishes, look for picks, but also turn around engages from their opponents. The players who have had disappointing seeding stages, in particular Sui I'm looking at, I know what this guy can do, and he looked like a shell of his former self in those group stage games, right? Coming up huge just before. These are all small things, but it feels like they're amounting into something bigger, and Chaos, refreshing start here for them.
As this game goes on as well, I'm a little bit worried for Venomcrest as to how you play out the team fights or the mid game in general. Like, your engage is absolutely diabolical. It's awful. You don't have a lot of engage at all. Yeah. Your front line is just as bad, if not worse. All you've got is the Poppy to tank things up. You know, how does anyone stop Zeri Lulu as a combination? Where's the CC? Yeah, exactly. Like, there's not something like a Vi that can press R and just shut it down and then you dogpile. Like, there's nothing. You know, it's a coup. That's basically it, right? Maybe the W from Poppy, but it's a bit more conditional, right? So it's gonna be hard to execute Venom Crest.
And while you're making this point, right, folks, just look up at the or not at the minimap, but look up at the scoreboard, right? You can see it. Feats of strength have now been claimed. 6 void grubs. They haven't given up a single neutral objective so far, and yeah, great start. Maybe the boot camp buff is real, or maybe it's just playing against a coach who is nowhere near the NLC level. There are many questions, many variables to account for. And while I am not a mathematician, it's certain that the variables will be favoring to us. Sir, he'll get more here. I think this is a very dead lofty underneath the turret. There's not much to do as Tactic will gladly tank it up. Out of like it's donated the kill. He's out. Nice, clean little dive to give another kill to your scaling 80 character.
Yeah, no trade back this time for Venom Crest either, so just some free kills for Chaos. And as you mentioned, on the ADC, which is very nice. Chaos is gonna, yeah, if Zeri gets ahead this game, it's gonna be exceptionally hard to stop. To be honest though, I don't even want to like, you know, make this a criticism of the fact that this is a sub situation for Venom Crest. Because you know, Zella, like top lane hasn't really been relevant at this point.
Yeah, it hasn't been impacted. Yeah, you're right.
Like Turtle obviously got some good TP and made you know good play around the grubs, but like apart from that was still Venom Crest's fault really for them. The position they were in was poor to be, you know, in a position where they could get collapsed on like that, and the rest of it hasn't involved the top lanes at all. So yeah, this is purely just Chaos coming out and showing up in this game 1.
Let's see, I need this turret as keeping. He's near the top side. Turtle though, very tanky at this point, so will take near perfect execution, I want to say, if you want to dive him. Decide against it. Drake is spawning in 5 seconds, by the way, and look on your minimap, who's just around the corner to pick up yet another nice objective. This, of course, Taxi. We'll keep our eyes on top lane for now, though. Let's see how Turtle can outplay this. We know he wants to. He's level 10 on a Cassante. For sure, he can do something here. I believe in him as the tower just cuts through Malky. He's still dancing around. I believe one of them will die. No! He does not. How does no one die there as Venom Crest pull off the near impossible?
Yeah, it's an exchange of dives though. Zella died on the bot side of the map to the Zeri and Lulu combo as well there with Maokai. So just trading different sides of the map, which I'll say in this situation again benefits Chaos because there's Dragon up, right? There's Dragon that Maokai is taking down right now. If you get first turret is no. It went down to Chaos. To Chaos, yeah. So Venom Crest, the one we saw on the map on the screen right there, wasn't the first blood turret. It was this one here that died, like 2 seconds beforehand. A good little knockback onto the Lulu, but it's not going to mean too much. That was just as simple as you like there for that dive. And yeah, just to emphasize, we watched that top tower go down right there, but it was not the first turret. Chaos got that. They pushed down bot, so they got bot. They exchanged turrets, they exchanged kills, but they also got the Dragon too.
I am gonna make a bit of a bold statement here. I think we're in for a banger, right? This is gonna be like prime NLC. I think this is gonna be the good old 2023 vibes where they just throw down the gauntlet and kill each other constantly. I was a bit worried that with the coach in here, you know, there might be some smart minds making sure that they're playing the macro game. But this, while actually some decent macro, is certainly also, you know, willing to get into the gritty fights and just brawl it out in the mud. So very excited to see what this series brings. Venom Crest by no means out of the game, but again, it's important to re-emphasize after such a tough beginning to the split, Chaos being, you know, having this lead and feeling this confident, it's so good to see.
Really impressive stuff here so far from Chaos, who up until this point have not won a single game here in the NLC. They struggled in the group stage, immediately into the losers bracket as well. And yeah, they're looking for their first win, and this is a great start towards that. And to be honest, with the way this first game is going, it's not over by any means, of course. But it's not just about winning a single map anymore. It's not just about winning a single game like it is in the seeding stage. At this point, you know, this is the best 5, right? They're looking beyond just that single game. They're looking for a series, and if you want to get off to a good start, then so far, I mean, the way they've been playing, it's truly impressive stuff.
Look at Sudi's confidence as well. Has he just solo killed him underneath the turret? I think not quite, as Turtle will solo kill the coach and say, yep, that's the reason I'm the player here. So he will likely go down in the 1v2. We'll keep our eyes and see how he does in the top side. More is happening as well, but yeah, the outcome is abundantly clear that Turtle was gonna go down, Dory. Able to survive, but as we did put question marks to Lofty before, he did get killed underneath the turret by Sudi.
He did. Taxi almost got traded back there, but not quite. So Lofty dies. This turret, I can't quite see it tell, but it's probably gonna.
It's gonna go down.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone as well. So tough one
Norwich
right
still
here.
staying.
Yeah, some really good trades though for cross map trades for Chaos. Some really smart stuff. This is the kind of
Well,
macro
one.
level we want to see to see some success here.
Yeah, they are scooping up all the neutral objective gold, really, and just the neutral objectives in general. Take a look at this again. Suhi initially getting a good trade. This was where we
so
turned
much
to the
damage.
bot lane. And it pretty much just solo kills him. Yeah, I think he just gets locked underneath the turret, forced to go into the waiting hands of Suhi, who claimed the kill. Technically
Oh, and the Lulu
able
roll.
to survive thanks to Ratsuo helping out. This Danish trio really stepping up today, right? Rotating well together, communicating well together. I know they're friends outside of the game as well, in particular Ratsu and Taxi, so good to see this jungle support synergy translate from IRL events into the Rift as well.
That was crazy though, that play right there, because honestly, Maokai just barely survives because Ratsu gets in time with the wild growth and the shield. And the shield saves him again, and then his passive saves him after that. I don't know here, Zuri could be in trouble.
He can
He's
just
on the
run it
way.
off, no? He's way. Makes a water way out of there to safety. Yeah, I mean, that was simple.
Yeah, that's it.
Simple
That's
as,
it.
you know?
Just walk away from that one. Six Scrub's going to be helping with this tide push in mid though. Our base B now. And that tier 2 mid.
Let's see. Laurie is rotating, looking for the flank. I mean, this at least has something to offer, but I mean, it is kind of threatening to see her on the flank, to be honest. But you can also quickly turn on her if you catch her out of position. The game has, I don't want to say slowed down, but they found some new lane assignments and how to play it. Will Laurie just go for this? I don't think he knows he's recalling, so might just be waiting for too long. Yeah, recalls coming through. No neutral objectives on the map here either, Fox says. The game looks to be slowing down a bit, and they're just looking to try and claim a few turns if they have the chance to find them.
Yeah, Dragon's up in 40 seconds. If Chaos were able to take that, it would put them on soul point.
They're still just waiting. He's recalled, walked back in lane, and they're still just waiting.
Oh, they're spotted out though.
Will it work? Oh, they've been spotted out. The Fnatic Death Brush, even without the brush, did not work here for Venom Crest as they are forced to run. I think Laurie could actually be in a bit of trouble. No repel, forced to flash, and such a crucial summoner spell before his soul point on the support who could be the one looking for the picks is certainly not how you want to start a potential team fight off.
Yeah, Zealot is top, and Turtle is working his way down. So this is now going to be a question as to whether or not Venom Crest would want to contest this one. I don't think it would be a good idea, but they're looking for a pick.
I think he's fine here, right? Now, maybe if they have enough CC, he's certainly not fine. Oh boy, was I mistaken. The fight could be really happening now, though Taxi definitely wants to take it as Sealer has moved down as well. He flashes forward and finds the engage. They find the pick, and it's right down to Mauki. It's a brilliant fight already. As Chaos look to get more Venom Crest, though. Spawn back surprisingly well as they look to re-engage or just reconfigure the situation. Rory's still on the flank, but they are not quite done yet. As the front line is gone, Turtle has TP when he's up in 10 seconds, and Sui has a heaps of damage, and he's very much still alive.
Yeah, it's a 2-for-1 so far in favor of Venom Crest, but as you mentioned, Turtle's up in 5 and has teleport. Chaos are just looking to take the inside track into mid lane here. Might look for the fight still though. I think there's still potential. Here comes the teleport. Here comes Kasante, fresh from the grave. Venom Crest won't be able to take it just yet.
Laurie keeping down, a lot keeping down, walking down as well. Hasn't recalled yet after the previous fight, so he is very low on HP as Mauki is making his way out of base, but Suhi, man, stepping up on the way, forcing Lofty's flash and still sniping him out from no man's land. It's brilliant. Oh, so brilliant by Suhi there.
This man is just on one this game. Honestly, this is an insane performance from the Wade, doing so much damage and making so many plays, and this will now secure the dragon for Chaos, put them on soul point. Just one more for that Elder. Atakan spawned up as well here. This will be the next objective that Chaos will set their sights on, and you have to feel Venom Crest aren't in a good spot to do anything about it. And just look at that combo. Oh my goodness, so much. Bro, you got the eyes on you. You can't do that. Yeah,
that's brilliant, man.
He's donezo here. I can't believe I'm saying this because Lofty, by the way, has been really good on Venom Crest. Like, actually insane. But we're witnessing a bit of a mid-gap so far. I think this is very impressive stuff. Lofty, 7-0-9 the last time these two teams played. was really the main reason that Venom Crest were able to win against Chaos last time. And yeah, he's 1-5, dude. He's 1-5. 40 CS down. My goodness, Shuhi.
I think Suhi, just like any other reasonable Danes, has a grudge out against the Swedes, and he's put in a masterclass performance up against the Swedish mid lane. There's more still to come. Laurie looking for the pick, but instead he's gonna be the one who gets squished like a bug. They have found Suhi, but he refuses to go down as Ratsuo keeps him safe, now chasing their opponents in a Rift Herald. Texv is on one, and so is the rest of Chaos. They are not done fighting this fight. Drive by into the engage as Lofty desperately trying to scramble something in this fight, but it's impossible, and it's brilliant from Chaos, who'll clean house. They'll claim the Archon and maybe even more.
That's it. All those kills, 5 kills now for Chaos. They've still got Shelly working with them. They've got 6 grubs knocking down these turrets too. This is going to be a hefty push in the top side, at least that inhibitor, which will set them up for that Atakan in the future here. It's a bit too early on into the game to go looking to end the game. But they're breaking down that base, is Chaos, and this gold lead here, you know, they're 11 kills ahead. They've got 6,000, over 6,000 gold in the lead as well.
So, what are you doing here? Laurie spotted out on a ward. Just missed the cocoon. Really saying? Is that you? I mean, this...
Wait,
he's
gone.
Fair
He's
enough,
gone.
fair
He's
enough.
gone.
I mean, that's just like when you try to kill a spider in your room and you lose track of it for 1 second, and it just is on the other side when you see it 5 hours later and you're horrified. It's great escape there from Laurie as we take a look at the fight once more. So close to getting Suhi, but able to survive the burst thanks to Ratsu, who comes in clutch.
Yeah, it was a good check here from Chaos. They had a sneaky suspicion that Venom Crest were in that push. And Venom Crest, credit to them, they keep trying to set up these picks and these plays because they know it's the only way they're going to find success. They can't team fight in a traditional sense. They have to make those picks. And this is the perfect Shelly delivery. Look at that. For the engage, you just run it into the wall to pop out and then get the twisted advance. Yeah, it's painful stuff. As we're seeing in the picture-in-picture, which I think is the live action, more kills. I think Laurie just died, so I don't know if that's setting up Atakan. It is setting up Atakan. Laurie is
This
dead.
will be the Atakan. Yeah. I think it's about time. I thought they'd take it after the last fight, but no. They'd rather get those turrets and get that gold in immediately. Sealot forced to flash out. There is still a Kiki available, so keep your eyes on that as he tries to slither his way into the fight as Lofty. Forward out and should just be taken down. The snipe from Sui, the secure from Adifla. 8k and drop ping. It's nice, easy, cool, calm, and collected from Chaos. They are thriving in the position they've put themselves in. The goal lead continuing to grow at PP. Another one of these Venom Crest rookies. Good look for the steal, but it's so hard to get into the pit, man. It's nearly impossible. There is zone control. There are bounces everywhere from Chaos. And now they might just turn on the exhaust or the engines even more and try and look for the fight. Yeah, they've done just that. They are playing with their food. They are controlled. They are clinical. And wow, Chaos. Where was this in the group stage?
Chaos here, just looking clean and clinical right here. 25 minutes into the game, 20 kills under their belt and 8,000 gold in the lead. With this Atakan buff, you have to feel, you know, this could just be it though for Chaos right now with the push. Like they either send it, get a good team fight and end, or they posture around Nash, use that Atakan as well. Either way, they'll be looking to force something. It's tough here. If you're Venom Crest, you need time, and you are not getting time. 30 seconds on Dragon, which will be sold as well. It is the Chemtech, which is a little easier to, a less bitter pill to swallow. But here it is, the Hail Mary play onto Nash. Chaos have no idea this is happening. No pings, no vision. It's going down exceptionally slow.
They have no idea it's happening. Laurie, now they do! Maoki will die as well! No! Venom Crest! I think they're able to get it here. Sui's walking in. Surely he doesn't steal it, right? He does not steal it. I refuse to believe it. It should just be secured. Yes, it will be secured.
But
and he will be forced to withdraw. But look, have you done a TSM? Have you traded Baron for Nexus? I don't think so, but you've potentially just given up 3 inhibitors to secure the big purple worm. That is certainly a price to pay, and you can debate if it was worth the time. I mean, I don't know what's happening anymore. It's chaotic. Chaos, they want the win, and that's one thing I'm certain about, though. As they try to run down Venom Crest, there's Venomcrest heading back a bit, but Artifler nearly untouched. Dashes forward as Taxley finds the engage. Sui is there. The damage is delivered. The kills are coming through. The withdrawals, though, 2 have been forced, but it does not matter. Near surgical precision here in game number 1 as Chaos look to claim their first win of the NLC split. Kiki, try as you might, but Venomcrest, man, I don't see how you get this. Maybe I spoke a bit too soon, and it seems like I have, as the withdrawals will be enough to buy Venomcrest some more time.
Yeah, the jungle support duo saves Venomcrest for the time being, but there's not much left to save. 3rd health on that Nexus turret. Respawns will be coming through eventually as well, but can Venomcrest hold on for that to make its effect known? In the meantime, it's just going to be this Chemtech Soul for Chaos. Even when things don't go particularly well for them, they still end up going in their favor. As yeah, this is now the difficult part here for Venomcrest. You've got one more fight in you. If you lose it, it is GG. Can they hold on? And can they scale enough to get the victory?
Oh my god! The damage is disgusting, but decent turnaround here from Lofty on Artifler. Wild Growth has been used as Taxley able to dance his way out. The game is all but over, but there was a but in there, and that means there's still a chance, right? However small the miracle might be, Kiki, it resets. Just keep resetting and finding a way, but I heaven is down, right? The Nexus turns a solo. The game is all but over. It looks like Chaos are about to write themselves another chapter in their long history. This would be their first ever NLC victory as an organization. It would be by taking down the defending champions. There goes the second Nexus turn, but Venomcrest not done fighting quite yet, as they'll stand behind that Nexus and keep trying to extend this game. This is such a weird position we're finding ourselves in. Fox as Chaos desperately trying to find that final pick and final engage to get it over the line.
It's just the Nexus standing now. No turrets. Can Chaos end?
I think this should be it. Right there is the damage, and now the health bars have just been evaporated from the side of the defending champions. A quadra kill as well from Artifler to end it off, and that is the first win for Chaos in the history of their NLC time. And what a way to get it against the defending champions.
Beautiful stuff as well. It's a best of 5, so it's like it's early days. It's just game 1, but my goodness. Mid lane, bot lane, coming up huge for Chaos. And yeah, I mean, Lofty 1-9 at the end of that game there for Venomcrest. Very uncharacteristic for him. He's been superb as a mid laner here for Venomcrest, and it's just it's tough. It was a very, very tough game. And I just want to say this before we pass it to the analysts who will break it down better. I don't even think that was top diff. Like I don't think that the problem there at all was on the fact that, you know, Venomcrest using a sub top. Obviously it messes with your chemistry and your flow as a team in general, but man, Chaos just dismantled them just thoroughly. That was just not even close.
I stand by what I said. Near surgical precision in that game, right? A few small mishaps here and there, but considering the level we saw Chaos at in the group stage, and to this, I mean, something has happened in that week where they didn't play, because they have moved themselves more than just a mile. Yeah, the bootcamp buff might just be real, and this series is well and truly alive. Can the defending champion strike back? Will the rookies continue to prove their worth of Venomcrest, or is this just it? All this and more to be answered by the analyst desk.
It's the bootcamp buff. It's the bootcamp buff. Somehow we got a 28-7 in favor of Chaos, and I like what Foxtrot stated.
Because
I want this to be brought in.
So they just entered it.
I'm still getting Foxtrot in my ear.
Yeah, I can also still hear Foxy.
Hey Foxy, how you doing? No, but let me know. Top lane should be the issue, and it was not the issue at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. And I think it was just a very smart lane swap, additionally, from Chaos that kind of weirdly nullified the potential for weird stuff to happen from Venomcrest on the bottom lane, right? They pick up the Elise, they have the whole idea of probably just playing for dives, looking for early roams, and just trying to make the map hectic. But despite the map getting a little bit hectic, it just ended up benefiting Chaos just time and time again, whether it was through execution or I think that early lane swap, and specifically how it set up the rest of the jungle pathing, was kind of key for the amount of freedom that we then ended up seeing out of the mid lane through Zuhi.
And I feel like in general, Venom Crescents did not necessarily have an identity in this game. You're picking a tank top lane to nullify the pressure. You're picking a scaling jungler. You're picking a scaling mid laner. I said, go crazy in the bot lane. Like, one of your lanes has to win to keep you afloat in the game, to get to that late game stage. And also picking Elise with Jinx, it sort of kicks on me a little bit. I feel like Elise is one of the more aggro supports that wants to play a little bit more aggro in the lane, that wants to play for tower dives, right?
Yeah.
And Jinx really likes her that tasted purple kind of supports, which was on the other side of the rift. And it just didn't necessarily work out. I mean, right here you'll see that Victor could not play the damn game. Look at Zuhi. It's 1. He hits 2. Spoiler alert, he'll hit a third one. And that's Victor out the game. You mentioned it, Jamada. Victor does not play the game.
Yeah,
This is not Gladius, yeah.
It's a difficult matchup, and then also obviously in that clip you can kind of see Victor does well into like the mid-ranged mages. Wei obviously has mid-range spells, but he's also got spells that can hit you from almost 2.5 screens away, right? So yeah, I just feel to me that Venom Crest, they obviously had a clear idea of what they wanted to do, but once the game plan went awry, their composition can't really do anything else but slowly fail, right? But on the opposite side for Chaos, too many fail safes in the event that they actually do fall behind, but obviously they weren't falling behind, and again, just benefiting and capitalizing on all of these mistakes that were coming out from this lane swap setup that we ended up leaning into for the first couple of minutes.
I'm also very happy.
This is one. Oh. Tell me, Trouble.
I was about to say, I'm also very happy the way they kind of handled Cassante from the side of Chaos, because at the start I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, I wish I would have seen Turtle in something like his Ambessa, his Mordekaiser, Renekton, something that can actually stomp lane. But their whole idea was like, right, Venom Curse are gonna focus primarily on the bot side, and once you take Cassante out of the equation in general for the entire best of series, you cannot pick it again. So Zealot is not going to have this type of neutralizer on the top side of the map. So they chose to play it themselves in the first game. That's completely out of the picture. This is now the time where Turtle can bring a bunch of champions out that cannot get neutralized by things like the Poppy or the Cassante.
So with this in mind, it looks like Chaos is no longer afraid to play within the game. I don't know if it's the buff from, oh, they don't have the usual top laner, or if it's the fear of if we lose, we're out. Obviously, it plays out for both teams. They're at the edge of defeat. But it was so much more aggressive than we got to see during the seeding stage. And I know this way will no longer be available, but this is a different insight for Zui as well.
Yeah, just a different level of confidence, right? I think not just the Zuhi, but for the entire roster so far in this game. And this is a very funny chase down. Poor driving though. I've got to give it maybe a C+, right? Only hitting Zealot in this situation. You could have knocked him down. It could have been a strike.
I will not reverse you. He was only trying to get ahead of them so he can twist it advance backwards.
Yeah, see, that's the big brain. But it would have looked cooler if he hit them with the Herald. So, I agree, but like, hit him with the Herald. It's funnier. Yeah, that said, it was a strange game to break down. I think we could all kind of agree on. There weren't really too many big 5v5 team fights. This is a lot about the skirmishes and people getting caught out on the rotation. Again, something that the Venom Crest composition both kind of does benefit from, but then also, if it starts to go awry, you've got these two hyper carries with, you know, a Lulu in the back pocket plus a Cassante, whilst you don't have a lot of considerable reliable engage. So, without being able to get on top of them, life just gets difficult, and to make things worse, you get outranged. It's just a nightmare situation for Venom Crest to walk into game one once they don't get the snowball going.
I swear, it's kind of weird when you look into the meta nowadays, and the first game of Fearless Draft is Zeri and Jinx. It's like, oh, we going like that. Well, makes me anxious towards the second game, but in order to get that, we have to make a quick pause, and then we'll come back with the pre-game of the second one. Will Chaos be able to get the 2 up there, or will Venom Crest, defending title, be able to do something? I'll see you soon. Welcome back to the second game of Chaos versus Venom Crest. With this in mind, let's see what happens. Will Venom Crest be able to fight back, bite back, or will Chaos be able to take down and put them against their ropes? I know Jamad is weird to work with me. With that in mind, I would like to give a shout out to someone we miss a lot at the NLC. Dan, stop feeding in solo queue. I know you. I know you're doing it. Stop. Volley Baron is not that good anymore. With that in mind,
Catching strays.
what do you have to say? Because Xante is out, Maokai is out, Poppy is out. As a coach playing top, maybe you have to resort to that Ornn duty, pull a Yamato cannon. I don't know, this may be hard on Zealot, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just.
I know. My bigger question actually is the side select and how Venom Crest were going to handle that. Chosen to remain on red side, comically enough, which is definitely, I think, it's the untraditional choice for basically a lot of competitive League of Legends in recent history. Blue side, to many, is still seen as a strong side. I think right now, even on this patch, it's, you have a lot more freedom in the ban. You're not pretty much tied down to usually having to ban Skarner and Kalista and then something else, right? So if they're going to stay here, I need to see them use that R5 for something more useful, right? Same thing for the R3. I lose my mind when I see 5th pick given over and it's not like a game-breaking pick, right? At least...
Like an R5 Ornn!
Yeah. Like all these really boring picks. At least I think can be game-breaking, yes, but you were looking at Cassante, Enchanter, like Hypercarry bot, you knew you're probably going to get lane swapped on, right? And even if you can match it, like, it just ends up getting a little bit, like, messy. And again, if this is the kind of performance that you end up, showing in game one, it does bring questions of whether or not you're going to be able to maintain any kind of high floor with any kind of high floor execution team composition for the rest of the night.
It was actually really funny because, we brought this graphic earlier on about Chaos and how they play all those wacky picks and they'll throw you off guard with, like, the Abesses and the Zags and playing Talia over in the bot lane. Oh my god, production, you're actually smurfing. Thank you so much for bringing this up without request as well. They didn't need to do any of this. They played proper, traditional, by the book, front to back League of Legends. And when I saw Nautilus banned, Maokai picked, and Vi couldn't be picked anymore for Venom Crest because they already had Viego, my mind went straight to Ezreal. But Ezreal is not having fun in the Jinx lane. He cannot outpush her. Zeri can, though. Like, Zeri's a very, very solid pick into Jinx. We've seen this matchup so many times. Can match her in the late game as a hypercarry as well. And if you do not have a point-and-click champion for that Zeri, good luck dealing with her in the late game.
100%. We're about to hit into that second champion select, and there we go. Look at this. At the top, that's a fearless draft. You pick it, it's gone, no longer to be seen by the world. Xante is there. But Rumble is still available. Now, do we go yet again on Maoki's champion pool, the Quirky and everything that he plays with?
If it's not broken, we'll kind of have to wait and assess, right? The usual red side bands, as we will now dub them, the Skarners there. The question really becomes, is this going to be a Kalista ban from Chaos, or are they going to leave it open to allow Venom Crest to maybe do it? No.
Ow.
So then, do we just go down the exact same path that we were in game number 1? Seemingly, yes.
I feel like, how many neutralizers are there left that are, like, easy to play? You've gone with Poppy, it's out. You've gone with Cassante, it's out. You might have to resort to things like Malphite, potentially Ornn as well over on the top side of the map, which I'm pretty sure Turtle can actually deal with and get a pretty good lead. So maybe the plan has completely shifted now into getting Turtle ahead, Rumble open, Jace open. You could potentially look for one of those picks as B1 here.
Yeah, I think you've to me, Vi is probably the stronger of those.
Stop saying it.
Right?
Stop saying it.
It gives you a lot more flexibility on what you can pick around it. Talia first pick could bring us some potential shenanigans, right? You have to remember this is not necessarily something that's going to end up in the mid lane
or the jungle.
Venom Crest, or the jungle. Venom Crest, Orianna Nocturne, very, very fast response. I believe it was them. There's only been 2 or 3 teams, I think, in the league that have played this combo. I want to say that Venom Crest was one of the teams that did. I asked for an easy-ish execution composition. Ori Nocturne, once you've practiced it, it's pretty easy to pull off. So now, Chaos have to be very, very careful about the overall immobility that they end up going with, because Nocturne Orianna can definitely break that apart very easily.
I'm kind of thinking that this is Ardafleur on the Dahlia in the bot lane.
So am I.
Officially, he's the only one who has played the champion in this team over on the bot side of the map. However, things like the Ornn become of huge importance over to Venom Crest, having the Orianna Nocturne combo, as Yamada mentioned, as well as the Ornn Horn coming your way from the top side of the map. We talked about these sort of neutralizers in the top and the tanks, and Ornn is a pretty easy one to play. The Sion coming through, though.
I mean, honestly,
it goes
this is a
against
really
everything we've been saying.
It does, and you know, you've been talking about the Ornn a little bit. This is a pretty good Ornn angle for Zealot if he plays it, right? It's a fairly okay matchup into Sion. You can cancel out the knock-up of the powered up Q, and then you can also knock him out of it with Brittle if you've got that already charged on him. A lot of good kind of micro interactions, but it's going to be Kai'Sa, so Venom Crest locking in all of the dive components of this composition. Expect that to continue to be the trend, and now for Chaos to try and ban away any supplementing picks, whilst Venom Crest themselves probably look towards junglers that can kind of deal well with peeling off some of these champions diving in.
I think if this Talia is not going bot lane, there definitely has to be a Xayah ban from the side of Venom Crest. It's one of the only AD carries that really doesn't care much about dive as long as she has her ultimate up and available. So I don't necessarily really care about the Misfortune ban here. It does give kind of a hard time to Kai'Sa because she's short range. She kind of suffers in the wave. So I'll see why they want to get a little bit of control. But right here, you need to keep in the back of your mind that that Talia could be what that Kai'Sa is playing against, and she will also suffer against that champion.
Second phase of bans, let's see it. And when I see this sign, I'm like, are you gonna lane swap again? Are you gonna do a Zealot like that? Because Sion is happy with that. And Ornn gone. So you take away the power from Zealot, on the other side they're trying to take away the power from Ardafleur because they don't believe this Talia is going bot. Oh, there's a Vi. Sorry Jamara, happy for trouble, but yeah.
I'm confused.
I get
There's
it.
still a lot. Wukong is available, for instance.
Yeah, but this is my problem. I think there's so many strong options for the rest of this Chaos composition that out of all of the ones to strip away, Vi does strike me as kind of odd, right?
Yeah.
You think you'd want to take away the Wukong because it's very diverse in terms of being able to peel or re-engage. You think maybe the Xin Zhao because it's very good at, you know, doing the good knock away and kind of keeping those range carries from hitting him very efficiently. Leona on the opposite side as well. So Venom Crest again. Stripped for options a little bit. I guess worst case scenario here, they can end up with Nautilus. Zac! Okay. Haven't seen much Zac.
We are all going in and we're doing it together if we're Venom Crest. The only missing piece to the puzzle is probably something like an Alistar that does fantastic into the rel as well. And it's one of the most common combos we also see with the Kai'Sa over down the bot lane. I'd like to see survivability on the side of Chaos. Literally with the press of a button, somebody can completely disappear. There's the Xayah we're talking about. That's why the Vi really confused me. Because I'm saying, even if that Talia ends up in the bot lane, in the mid lane, you're still going to have a lot of trouble killing something like a Xayah. So we'll see how they're going to deal with being able to take Ardafleur down.
Yeah, that just feels like Chaos have to pick of the litter for like very strong champions to deal with dive, right? You could even go something strange like Gragas, and it would do pretty damn good here. Pantheon of all champs is what we end up with. And honestly, I don't mind it here for a range of different reasons. It's going to offer Chaos now a little bit more early game skirmishing, which they were definitely lacking in compared to the other side of Venom Crest. I think, yeah, if you go into this with a slightly weaker early jungler like Wukong, compared to the Pantheon, then you could run into a couple of issues. Lori on the Thresh in the bottom lane.
This is the only champion that can't go in. I'm so confused. The Elise R5 into the Thresh R5. I'm so... Nautilus is up. Alistar is up. What is going on?
It's Chaos. But on Venom Crest side, so it's Chaos on both sides. Yeah, it's like Chaos all around. I mean... It's picked. When we look into both compositions, I really love what Chaos brought in because I'm biased, but also I think they have such a really good composition.
It just makes sense.
Gemada,
hit
me.
It just makes sense for Chaos, right? Now the Pantheon supplements some of their early game. They can put a lot more pressure onto Lofty, who had a really, really hard game one. And they're going to have mid-game global pressure between Pantheon and Talia. So even if Venom Crest try to attack the side lanes, there's always going to be responses. I think this is a Chaos pretty clean sweep draft as far as predictions is
But
concerned.
there's also no side lane pressure. You've got Zac and Orianna. These two champions wouldn't be caught dead on a side lane. We need Zac to engage with you and also be ball delivery together with the nocturnes. I honestly, this is why I said in the previous game, I feel like Venomcrest do not have an identity. Going into game 2, I'm even more confused in terms of what identity they want to bring forward. In terms of the players, the playstyle is very simple. They all go in. They see target, they fight target. It's very simple, but it's just very confusing in terms of laning phase and execution. I think I'm going to have to go with Chaos again. I really do like their draft, and it seems very simple and straightforward.
The Snake has to bite back, or Chaos will put it on match points. Keep that in mind, because it's a best of 5, and Chaos are leading by 1 game. What a weird universe we're living in, and I love it, by the way. Before we toss it to the casters, have a look at the chair. I'll see you soon.
Welcome back to the Summoner's Rift here for game 2. Is there still venom in the Snake's bite, or is there time over here as the defending champions? 1 game down in this best of 5. One thing is for sure though, Foxtrot, but I think you can agree with me on this over the course of your time in the NLC, that the lower bracket never really seems to go the way you expect it to.
That's very true. I mean, in general with the NLC, things never tend to go the way you expect it to. But yeah, especially so here. We're getting another lane swap initiated by Chaos here. Yeah, Zealot's not going to have too much fun up here. I don't know if he's like even skilled his E. If he's not put a point in his E, he could be in a lot of trouble here, to be fair. He's just going to have to chill out.
I think he has, right? Surely if he's staying here just for XP, yeah, he has taken a point in E.
Yeah, okay, cool. It's not usually what you take level 1, so...
I do think it's smart enough, though. Like, in this specific matchup, predicting that it will be another another swap and then getting those first 3 million XP. I think that was really smart. Sadly for him, though, Arozzi did catch it sooner rather than later, right? So, didn't gain the most from it, but I like the little bit of creativity that the coach can bring to the game, you know?
Yeah, no, it's a good point, to be fair. You get some XP that you'd otherwise be zoned from in these lane swaps, so... Yeah, not too bad stuff right here. I want to talk a little bit about the comps that we've got so far, though, for game 2. Obviously, Fearless makes things a little bit interesting, right? Because you can't pick certain champions again. There are 10 champs now that are unavailable for both teams. Venomcrest were like going all in on this dogpile comp, and then they locked in the Thresh, which I'm not really entirely sure what its purpose is. Now, let's pause this right here, because, yeah, Arthur is by himself right here. No support.
Oh, that's so nicely executed, and this will be first blood from Venomcrest as well. Beautiful bit of macro here, as the one last auto will come through. Laurie will put him in the lantern and get that first blood secured. Yeah, what a good rotation, reading that Arozzi will rotate, and, you know, Arthur tried to get out of the situation with both summoners, and, you know, Laurie only had to pay the price of the Ignite.
Yeah, he gets the kill as well. I mean, is that a caster curse or a caster bless? I don't know. I was just like, oh, why does he pick the Thresh? And then he's like roaming around, making plays. I mean, that is obviously one of the great advantages of Thresh, is like in the lane phase at least. Like, he's very versatile. He can engage, he can peel. But in pro play, he's mostly chosen to be a nullifying aspect. As yeah, Lofty's in a little bit of trouble here, but we'll be able to just walk away. So yeah, a lot of engage, a lot of going in here for Venomcrest, where it's kind of a little bit more balanced out on the side of Chaos, but they certainly won't be too shy to go in themselves either. So a lot of scrappiness, a lot of engages, and this could be a very snowbally kind of game as well.
Yeah, we'll definitely be looking forward to something like, you know, the crucial points, right? The Kiki, first ultimate, first Paraguay level 6. Can he find a good engage and get a little bit of a snowball rolling? But I think a point that I just briefly want to touch upon here about the Fearless draft as well, that is oh so interesting, is the fact that now that Sui has taken this Talia, it was not just a flex pick for players, but you've just denied Lofty playing his main, and you know, Talia is a champ that I have heard a lot of good things about Lofty on, from his time in the Swedish league, so that is now removed for the rest of the series, which is a really interesting third perspective, right? That you can pick a champion. If it's that one trick, the one trick is now gone. And if you're just okay at piloting it, like, it adds so many more dimensions to the draft that is really interesting, as it will be interesting to see if Turtle can survive this as well. I think he's dead.
Yeah, that's going to be the second kill now at the hands of Laurie. This man is just a wandering death ball, as you'd expect from the Keeper of Souls. The Zealot
Should be
share the
forced
same
into the
fate.
passive here. Oh, he does not hold on to the flash, and he will pay despite trying to get out of the situation. Adafla will get his first kill here. Arozzi takes it away. I mean, he's a multi-game talent. Why can't he also be a carry and support at the same time in game, right? Gotta need that gold for it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's quite a lot of damage from Turret. Needs to be careful. This Turret scales really well, as Drake is being taken by Kiki as we see. Maoki! Oh! He would have died to that turret hit, man. He would have died for it. Oh, Jesus Christ. They are playing with my heart here.
They are. They're playing on a razor's edge as well. Almost falling down there. That would certainly have been a little bit criminal as Luffy. Oh! Has he got mana for the flay?
I don't
Can't
think he
flay.
has.
No.
It's too close, man. They are really, as you say, dancing on a razor's blade here as they try to find the place that can push this smart little goalie they've already gotten in their own favor. The recalls will now come through, and that's that play over with. Heralds, or not Heralds, sorry. Rather, it's the Void Drops now spawning, and they will be taken down here by Taxi with the bot lane of Chaos here as well. Fuck, we do expect them to get it clean without any cut.
Yep, Chaos will now pick up their third bunch of grubs in a row, coming back to game one as well. So they got both in game one, and now they've picked up the first tier two. So yeah, it's good stuff right here. This early control on the top side of the map for Chaos, and they're also still looking to get that feat of warfare. One more kill for Venom Crest, or two for Chaos. That's still up for grabs. And as we saw last game, it was the first blood and then the objectives that gave us the feat. So it could very well be a similar situation, which would mean these next kills could be very important, as Kiki has now hit his ult, and here he goes.
Yeah, that's the first paranoia, and it's pretty good, I would say, as Taxi will go down. The feats of warfare now claimed for Venom Crest. That's 1 out of 2 steps required for those feats of strength. So crucial to get that first paranoia in your favor, even if it is just a 1 kill. You need to get something from it, and Venom Crest, the defending champions, fighting back so far in game number 2. Just slightly, you know, very small goalie, but good to see more life in them than it felt like we even saw in game 1 as Sealet. Yeah, I think he's dead here. He'll bounce around for a little bit, but will get taken down by the fellas.
Didn't respect the route into stun, into knock-up combo there.
That's a lot of
feel like
there.
Yeah, when you have your escape, like, you feel a little bit safe, but yeah, you're not safe when your escape is a channel, right? Which is what the case is for Zac, and unfortunately for him, he is going to fall down as Turtle now.
I think he can take it. Texas coming in as well. Laurie's level 4. He's been roaming all game and now gets to pay the price for the lack of experience as Sexy continues to chase on towards Maoki here. A decent bit of damage, but I do believe the Kaiser is able to walk it off as he jukes the Q very nicely. Asher will be a bit disappointed in that, seeing a not flawless performance there from Texby as he throws that spear wide.
Yeah, but maybe he can relate to it a little bit better. You know? Watching
that is so
this Pantheon.
True. He's so bad on Pantheon, man.
It's
He's
just
watched.
like me
I've played
for
with him once
real.
before. And
I've never had the pleasure, I have to say. So I'm just blaming him for no reason, basically. But
I mean, look at the damage traded back on Texby, right? He doesn't have the health to go in and contest it. I think he's just going to walk up and try and smite it. There is no smite on Kiki, but at the same time, he needs to be a bit careful. Oh, the spear gets it. Ashram can relate to that as well, as now the fight will be breaking out. Texby is very safe here as Suhi, a different story, as he'll be taken down by Maoki. Shockwave connects onto 1, but the snipe from the Pantheon will get one back. Laurie still just level 5 in the front line, could easily be turned around on him as Turtle does have zombie form available. He'll go down, but summoners are available on Venom Crest. The peel is there as well, so just one auto. So Turtle is gonna get out of it as Adafla finds himself in a peculiar situation up against the coach from Venom Crest. Good damage on this sack as we'll see him get a solo kill. Will be a huge surprise for the coach as forces the flash. There's no barrier as well. He's forced everything, but it's not quite enough. He tried so hard, but only got so far.
Oh, it was so close right there for Zella. Wow, we've got exchanges happening all across the map. Let's take a look at this bot side right here. So Zhui gets played out of the wall. Oh my goodness, Laurie. He's been all over the map, and gosh, he just knows how to play Thresh. He's a sick Thresh, isn't he? Kiki got a little bit over aggressive onto the red buff, does fall down, but again, Laurie 3-man flay. Like this Thresh, the playmaking in this more chaotic style of games, it's thriving right here. 1-1 and 3. It's insane stuff, and unfortunately for Zealot in the top side, I think he, slight execution error there. Definitely could have killed Ardafla, but it was well played by Zaya to touch it around and get a kill for herself.
And Laurie, man, the confidence in this guy is never ending. There really is some Hulu-saying things about him, right? Sometimes he goes a bit too deep and it looks a bit bad, but when it works, he just walks into 3, turns the fight, finds the right hook, and seeing him play with his confidence, especially after a bit of a rough game 1. So good still to see, as there is still so much of this series left to play with the Void Grubs now spawning. Wouldn't be feat strength for either team, but obviously you want to get those objectives. Great 2-man shockwave, as it looks like it could be 2 quick kills, but they haven't claimed them quite yet. Only 1 goes down so far. Lofty doing a nice bit of damage here. Arozzi is still alive. Texvi, this Pantheon scaling quite well as the Grand Starfall is about to come through. He'll get on towards Maoki. The fight still continues on the other side. Lofty locked up and taken down. Maoki trying to kite around, but the Pantheon will not stop. Relentless in his pursuit for the shutdown.
And Zealot is the only one not available in this fight. Venom Crests are going to come out the losers of it, and it should be another 3 grubs over to Chaos. So that'll be the second sack on their objective. Plus just the benefit of having 6 grubs, which is very significant in and of itself. And oh my, we got a taste right there. Chaos got a taste of that combo, that Nocturne Orianna combo, and it almost instantly wiped out ADC and support. Let's take another look at it here. Take a look at the health bar from Ritsu. Like, he's almost as instantly brought down, but the Paranoia Shockwave combo, disgusting stuff. If it wasn't Zaya with the ulti, if it wasn't the aftershock from the rail as well, that would have just been 2 clean kills. But Venom Crests don't have the gas to continue this fight, and a lot of it is because Zealot, he's not there, right? This is a 5 versus 4. Again, we saw this a little bit in the first game with when Turtles on Cassante was teleporting in all these fights, making the plays happen, and Zealot just wasn't around, and it's a similar situation.
Is he able to get out? Cancels the engage actually, and now they look to turn it around. Texvi's here, he has his first full item, so there's loads of damage on this Pantheon, and I'm not sure it's one Asha can relate to, as Laurie gets taken down on the top side as well, but this Pantheon is performing very well.
Yeah, it's 2 kills though, it's just the Chaos right here.
See that save? I don't think so.
I don't know. He's got passive. He's going to clear out the wave.
Yeah. But he's still going to go down, is he not? I mean, the minions will take it for a bit. I do assume that they will get the kill, but Maoki will try to change that as... No, I mean... Oh,
no, he's dead.
He's dead by the feather. I mean, a bit of confusion there, right? We do a light bit of trolling as the kill does come through in the end. And I want to zoom back, Fox, to after the first game day. We had an interview with Texvi, and what did he talk about? They needed to find that confidence. He has always had belief in this roster. I know, talking with him before the split began, but it didn't show that confidence in stage as Maoki. Certainly showing some here, yeah, as I think it's a bit too far. Texvi tries to turn it around. The snipe doesn't quite connect, as I believe this is over. Never mind, Sui's rotating down as well. The seismic shot. The killing spree is there as well, and one more for Texvi. Yet another nice play. More confidence be shown, and that's the big turnaround, right? They are showing that confidence. They're taking these fights. They're taking the game to Venom Crest. In the group stage, they were so reactive, always letting their opponents dictate the tempo. But now, Chaos are the ones deciding to go in. The ones deciding to make these counter punches. They're not giving anything up for free anymore.
This is it. And now we're 13 minutes into the game. And, we've got a 7 kill lead in favor of Chaos. 13! Almost a kill a minute. And it's been, as you mentioned, it's been across the entire series. We've got a flanking TP from Lofty. Trying to turn Venom Crest favors around. Can
nice
they do it?
Sealed. I mean, poor lad. He is struggling to fill Elijah's boots, as we're missing the action on the bot side, but we do see the kill come through. I do believe Turtle as well in the top has gone a bit too far. Won't lead to more than just a few kills. No neutrals to play for, but all across the map. It's chaos by name, chaotic by nature, action in all 3 lanes.
Top, mid, and bot just saw their fair share of blood here as well. That TP flank from Lofty did work out. Ardafla died there. Maoki was holding mid and Zhui solo killed Maoki. And it was Kiki on that top lane gang that got the kill there. So let's take a look. So Lofty's already TP'd in at this point. Unfortunately for him, he is on vision. Ardafla though, is just going to eat the flay, eat the Q.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, and combo down. No ultimate, unfortunately, available for the Xayah. And yeah, the see, I wonder if the blind from the Nocturnal, which happened top side of the map, actually affected Chaos's ability to secure potentially a return kill on bot there, but
Laurie,
I'm not sure of that one. Yeah, he's on a ward. Laurie's on a ward here. Joey said no.
He doesn't care, man. This guy has confidence. He'll walk in regardless. I don't care if I'm on a ward. I'll look for it. But Sui able to react to it as well, obviously, with the knowledge of exactly what was going on. I mean, this series, even if I am starting to get a feeling it could be a 3-0, it's chaotic, it's fun, and it's, you know, a bit of prime NLC, right? Getting down and dirty, fighting all across the lanes, and while the macro certainly has been better than what we've seen in the past in this region a few years ago, the chaos still remains, and it's so good to see a Sealot is not enjoying his time in the NLC so far. Laurie caught out as well, as not sure who picked that fight. Could have definitely been the Venom Crest support. Sealot 100 HP, but he's bouncing around and is able to buy himself alive. 5 seconds on the Paranoid will keep the right from that on the top side. There is no shockwave to help, so instead they turn their attention to the Herald.
This will be the objective feat for whatever team that takes this right here. Both teams are on 2 out of 3 objectives, right? So this Herald is going to be quite a big deal, and it will be the entire feat of strength for whoever can secure it.
Yeah, Turtle CP'd in. He wants this fight, and as you say, feat of strength on the line as Herald looks likely to reset. No, it has just 1 bar of aggro left as it finally goes back. Sealot, the first victim of Chaos's action, as it looks like Lofty forced to flash out to safety. No mana, no escape, as the spear will cut a hole right through his back, dominating those Texi as they will turn their attention to the feats of strength. Kiki and Venom Crest will look to get the Drake. It's a question of who will get it first. Let's see how quickly they can take these objectives. Can we have a picture for this, please? That'd be brilliant. I wonder how much HP is left. Back up
I would
on the
imagine
Herald.
Dragon is easier to kill, no, than the Herald, because the
But
Herald
depends on how quickly the eyes open. They both
Yeah,
have smite.
yeah.
They both have smite. Who's getting it? Oh, Venom Crest
Yeah.
will get it first. 2k HP still on that Herald. If only Ardafla had been there the whole time, but
Yeah.
Venom Crest win the important fight, right? The speed running of taking the neutral objective.
Yeah, Venom Crest are able to secure those feet, but it's still going to be a tough uphill battle for them here with the significant disadvantage they find themselves in. You see this this fight again. All starts with Turtle and the engage. Unfortunately for Zella, who TP's in and is involved in the fight this time, he's got no ultimate and he's on 30% HP. It just does not work. So when the re-engage happens from Toxic, he is just so donezo. And he's the primary engage, right, for Venom Crest. He's meant to be their tanky member. When he can't jump in and absorb, you know, and tank things up and set plays up, then he's really not that useful. Which is what you witnessed there in that fight.
It's so nice to see Chaos actually show up in NLC. I mean, they might have been MIA for the first few weeks, but now really starting to show the colors that I expected from them. And while I don't have the expectation that this team can walk, you know, into the top 4 or top 3 or whatever, it was definitely a team that I think, or I thought had the potential to turn some heads. And while their performances only turned them negatively as people didn't want to look at the atrocious things happening on the screen in the beginning, there is definitely hope around this group now. And it's so good to see, in particular, Suhi, who really struggled adapting to the NLC. He's been phenomenal today.
He really has done. And I do think, like, considering Venom Crest, you know, they're playing with a sub, that's going to be, like, the focus there, right? I'll hold this point real quick because we're getting a bit of an invade from Chaos. No, I think Venom Crest will be backing away from that one. Here we go. Never mind.
I mean, a good little way to buy some time out of the flash, buddy. Flash! No, he doesn't want to do it. We'll still get a kill regardless, right? A 1-for-1, and that's certainly fine. Should have just flash, buddy. You could have gotten out alive. And speaking of coaches, you were about to make a point about that before. Maybe that point will, you know, echo all the louder as yet another kill comes through on Sealot. But it's not done yet. Maoki is the next target, and he'll be sent into a CC chamber, forced to cleanse and flash to get out to safety. Laurie doesn't have that same luxury. Top lane turret taken, kills secured in the river as well as... Yeah, it's all falling apart here for Venom Crest. It looks like there is no Venom left in the bite of the stick.
Nah, it's kind of tragic at this point. Almost 10,000 gold before 20 minutes. It's not looking too hot. And yeah, to finish off the point I was saying, like, despite the sub coming through, the Celot here being the sub, I'm not sure why he's jumping in aggressively, to be honest. But either way, he's not been the problem, you know. Like, and I feel like Chaos have actually just been really good this series, and they're dismantling Venom Crest from top to mid to bot. Like, they are just gapping them every which way. And it's so difficult for Venom Crest to handle that. Chaos have just truly stepped up here. But I also feel like Venom Crest have been the architecture of their own demise to a certain extent. It's often their engages that go south and give Chaos the advantages. It happened in game 1, and it's happened in game 2 as well.
Yeah, I think you're really hitting the nail on the head. Right? It's a bit of a rough position for Venom Crest to find themselves in, but see if they can fight back as the Shockwave are not there to follow up, and when that's your whole combo, it all falls to pieces when it doesn't work out. Taxvi now godlike on the Pantheon, and he's not done. The Grand Starfall looks to make a dramatic entrance into the NLC. Chaos really have announced their arrival here as they finally are showing great performances, confident and a bit cocky as well. Just what you need to continue to grow what is now a 10k goal lead.
Legendary for Taxvig on the Pantheon, which is great because Pantheon isn't particularly a meta champion, right? So if you can play slightly off meta and still dominate in a fearless draft situation, then that just bodes exceptionally well for you as the series progresses. And to be honest, with a 12,000 gold lead at 21 minutes, I mean, we thought this could be a difficult series for Venom Crest with their sub-top, but my goodness, like, this is not even competitive. Chaos are just absolutely destroying Venom Crest here, and Venom Crest, no matter how hard they try, they just can't bite back.
Yeah, there is nothing for them to find, and they've tried the combo. It worked a few times with the Shockwave Paranoia, but these past few fights, they haven't even set that up correctly, and when that fails, you know you're down in the mud, buddy. You are... Yeah, that needs to work. I mean, not guaranteed to win you the fight, but you have to connect that combo to give yourself the chance. It's actually now forced to recall. There is tempo, a window here for Venom Crest to try and sneak themselves back into the game. Soul, not gonna be claimed yet due to the pause.
Ooh, yeah, that's it. So we're on Soul Point. In Venom Crest's
no
favor,
ultimate as well,
right?
yeah. Taxvi has no teleport, of course. He's the jungler. Has no Grand Starfall. He's forced to recall. I think they can claim this soul. And you know it's desperate when you can say, I think I can claim this soul, but I don't think it changes their odds of winning the game unless they get more after that. And looks like we're about to find out. No, we're about to watch them mess up the combo.
Yeah, this was the fight previously. Like, you've got Orianna Nocturne. Yeah, it's a good ball delivery service, but Nocturne jumping too far away gets the Orianna out of range, because then Lofty on the Orianna was trying to get closer to the Nocturne to stay in range for the combo. She walks forward and puts herself in danger, and it's Rotsu with that re-engage that really delivered Chaos the victory there. So unfortunate execution of the combo. And when you are playing these dog pile team comps, right, which is what you've got here from Venom Crest, where everyone just wants to jump forward, you have to jump in and blow people up. And I said at the beginning of the game, it could be, you know, we've got two team comps that want to scrap a lot, that want to fight a lot, and that rely on fighting for their win conditions. A game like that will be very snowbally, because a team that gets ahead, you know, we're going to keep fighting, and then at one point one team will be ahead, and everyone's going to keep fighting, and then it just gets out of control. And that's what we're seeing so far, right? The combo is not working for Venom Crest, and they're suffering for it in Chaos. Like 21, 22 minutes into the game, like this is like Los Ratones level of gap at 20 minutes, right? A 12k gold lead at that point, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that when they put the ball on him, I thought they were just too far away from each other at the beginning of the fight. But this is very much giving, you know, that, oh, we've seen this combo on YouTube work, let's just try it, and then they don't know how it works. But Soul will be claimed. I'm 90% sure that there is no smite, there is no technique, they've gotten it. That is something that they can grasp onto. But will Chaos let them get away scot-free? I heavily doubt it, as Ratsuo Turtle trying to chase them down, but they'll walk their way back into the base to make sure they won't give up anything else. Okay, so They trade Soul for Artifact. Obviously, or honestly, in my opinion, a very fine trade when you're this far behind.
Yeah.
But you're this far behind that I doubt that it matters much.
It might just be exactly as you say. It might not move the needle much. But bro, Venom Crest have got the feet, right? They got the feats of strength, and they've got soul at 22 minutes. But they're like over 10,000 gold behind. That is illegal gameplay. Like, someone needs to be locked away for that. That is just purely not okay to be conceding that if you're Chaos, right? Like, it's not cool. Right? But hey, it is what it is, and if you're a Venom Crest fan, you're looking at ways for Venom Crest to get back into this game, like having the free stats that come with the benefit of the feats and the soul. That could be it, right? And you do have a good wombo combo. So if you can just find a valuable target, find Zui, for example, who can't get out in time and gets blown up, then maybe that's your way back into these fights.
And I mean, the good thing is, right, if they get eliminated here, they'll obviously get to watch the banging rest of the split, and they could hopefully sit in some nice new Arozzi chests with our 50% discount code, right? Get their bums nice and cozy to watch the chaos unfold as. Now Turtle, I don't want to say he's in trouble, man. We've all seen this 1,000 times before when Bow plays side. He can just walk this off or find some way out of it. Does have flash as well. Or if not, they'll spend hours on it. And look what Chaos is doing. Yeah. Well, they're gonna take down the final tier 3 turret. Turtle, he's still alive and healthy. He's walking up towards the inhibitor. He's gonna try and take that himself. The man does not care anymore. Is that all 3 inhibitors down? Yes, it is. I mean, this one isn't down in the bot side. They have now forced Turtle away, but it's 2 down and should be 3 shortly. As see that is having a lot of fun, not being killed all the time, but not the most fun when he isn't really able to do much damage.
Yeah, he's just being ignored, but he actually might be the one who's caught out and being killed now.
Oh, this feels so bad for him, man. Give him a break. He's a coach. He shouldn't even be here, Sui.
Zui, though.
It's just a withdrawal. He could TP back in, and that's the bummer here, right? When you've given up the other camp, but there is a small little window. He's TPing in already. He's here in a few seconds. This will likely be the final fight.
Combo.
Great shockwave on 3, but out of a nice ultimate, and it's actually by so much time. Re-engage from Zero. It's great. It's fantastic. The 10k goalie. Venom Crest, man, being slapped around by Chaos's wallet. They can try as they want, but it doesn't really change anything. The needle was moved, but not enough to make any difference, as Artifler will tell a similar tale as in game 1. Looks to pick up a quarter kill to end off the game. Not quite as Sui takes it, but the outcome is all the same. Chaos pick up their 2nd win in the series. They're on match point and close to eliminating our defending champions.
Coming into this series, I did not have Venom Crest getting 3-0 swept by Chaos on my bingo card. But after the first 2 games that we've seen here, I don't know how Venom Crest can stop that from happening at this point. Chaos have just looked like a completely different beast. They were absolutely lame in the seeding stage, right? They were just, 0-4. 0-4, yeah. They didn't pick up a win. They barely looked competitive. It wasn't pretty. And now the bootcamp buffs come through. And Venom Crest, they found the weakness in Venom Crest and they're exploiting it. And the thing, again, I said this during the game, but I'll say it again. Zealot is struggling as the sub coming in, the coach coming in, but I don't think he's like the main problem. I really don't think he's the main problem.
That's the scary thing, right? They're not just losing due to see that being a coach who's not at the level to play in the NLC. They're losing across the board. They're losing in individual lanes. They're getting solo killed in mid lane. It's all falling apart, and I mean, my biggest question is this bootcamp buff, or is it just Denmark buff? Man, it could be, it could very well be. The national anthem won't come out right now. There are still games to be played, so I'll throw it over to the desk before I get too Denmark biased here on the casting desk.
Any chance he gets, it's... I swear. I was muted because I couldn't speak because of Duckling. But yeah, it's a Denmark buff. With that in mind, somehow Chaos is dominating. And I think the signs of it's not the coach only is getting stronger as we go. And Chaos realized that, like, wait. Oh, they destroyed us on seeding, but it's doable. It's more than doable.
Yo, guys,
Okay,
can we all not be
yo.
Nah! I will not be.
Alright, I'm just gonna be very raw and real with you here, and I'm just gonna say it. I feel like Venom Crest are completely lost. And I'll go back to
Yes.
Yamato's point where he's like, if you're gonna R5, it better be the best R5 ever that's gonna change the game. And so far, I don't know if this is Lori requesting the champions that are being played, or if it's a collective decision. It makes no sense in lane. It makes no sense in lane. It makes no sense for the game. The Elise with the Jinx, they don't match. They didn't match the pace of the game that they wanted to play into that late game. Right now, you just wanted an Alistar, you just wanted a Nautilus. Imagine a Nautilus pressing R on Isaiah. Araflar would have to instantly ult, and then you can just drop on him Orianna ult with Nocturne and Zac, and it would have been perfect. But you needed that kind of like all in, we're all playing as a collective unit, and I just haven't quite seen it yet.
Yeah, even the Rakan, right? The Rakan was up and available.
True,
They
great
could have even
pick,
gone
yeah,
that,
yeah.
right? Like, there were plenty of options, I think, for the R5, and that's kind of been my, as far as like the draft mode is concerned, aside from the holistic compositions that Venom Crest have brought out, if you're gonna save R5 for, of all things, support, you better make it so that it makes your team fighting or whatever it ends up being, skirmishing, so oppressive that the other team can't deal with it, right? And Thresh was just not that pick. Now, it's weird because mechanically, Lori had a fantastic game. Like, actually a very, very strong mechanical game. He constantly caught out people like Zuhi. We're going to get to and probably praise a little bit later on. If there's one thing we would kind of be critical about, it was some of those walls in terms of him actually surfing them and then getting caught out, right, by Lori. So Lori's been having a okay-ish series, but again, if we're going to be giving our support R5, we have to be doing more in actually making sure it's that game-breaking kind of pick to give them a bigger edge than what it's barely been giving them so far.
And look at the picks that have actually worked for them. Kalista, Rel. Varus, Rel. Extremely dominant in lane. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with, oh yeah, Kalista's banned, Varus is banned, whatever. It has to do with how aggressive these picks can actually play in lane and the dominance you can assert. You know that you are very, very weak over on the top side of the map. And even though, yes, I know the guys have said it, we have said it, it's not Zealot's issue right here. It's not because of him that they're losing. But they have also lost one of the big stars in the team that was previously the difference maker in a lot of their victories that they got. So not only, like, him not being the problem is not enough. Other people have to step the heck up. Chaos winning games right here will definitely give them a great confidence boost. But heck, give them a run for their money. I just have not seen them yet give them a run for their money.
I agree 100%. We're going to jump into these replays to understand a little bit more. And the lane swap has been a constant as well. Chaos understood like, oh, that's an easy take. And they tried to do that all the time. I mean, they are aware of what they need to do, how they need to do it. They play Pantheon, obviously they were going to win. But regardless of that, like, they are aware of what they need to do every single time right now.
Yeah, I think these lane swaps have been very smart decisions, both games, right? Sion, very strong, low economy champion. Cassante, great at dealing with the dive, so even if he does get dove, it's always a coin flip whether or not he's going to end up 1-for-1ing, basically, right? So I think just utilizing the lane swaps to get relatively confirmed, mid games, there's no complete snowball through any particular lane or either side lane because of that. Has just been smart thinking by Chaos to make sure that there's no snowball from Venom Crest, especially the game one. Playing against the Elise made a lot of sense, and very rough support lane matchup between Thresh and Rel. Completely nullify it by going for the lane swap again.
I find it curious on another topic that Chaos understand when they need to start the fight, but they obviously know when to stop it as well. They don't overextend most of the times. When you see a team like this, where they feel comfortable, they're like, oh, we're winning! We don't know this feeling. They sometimes just go all in and they go a little bit too deep. Chaos are like, okay, we got one, calm down. Maybe they're being overcautious, but at least they're not making those mistakes of going way too deep. And this is something to be learned. And just as you said, Treble, they're getting the confidence, they're getting the kills, they're getting the leads. Like, I don't see a game 3 coming back to Venom Crest way.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with playing slow, calculated, textbook League of Legends.
100%.
As long as you can build a lot of synergy by doing this as well, picking up victories, then they can actually analyze what they did well to pick up victories. Because people can tell you that there's like a million things you can pick up from doing things wrong and losing. But I specifically remember a Reckless interview way back in the day where he was like, we forgot how to win. I think it was back when he was in G2 at some point. He was saying on the interview, losing is great and you can learn things from it, but then you kind of forget what made you win in the first place, and you're gonna try to find your track towards that as well. And I feel for Chaos right here, it's a great confidence boost, and it shows them how they can work together as a unit to start picking up these victories that they haven't had until this point in the tournament.
I like that. I really like that. And now that they know the blood, as soon as you get the taste of blood, you're like, oh, we're going in. This could be the 3-0 right now in favor of Chaos, because we're about to approach the game 3. And with that in mind, so we can talk about it, we'll do a quick pause and we'll be right back with you as soon as we're done with a little ad. Don't go anywhere. I'm watching you. I'll see you soon. Game point for Chaos or Venom Crest. On this side, Chaos are winning 2-0. Venom Crest still searching for their first game. Confusion, desperation. We don't know what's about to hit the champion select, but we do know Chaos is feeling comfortable. That's a sentence we didn't get to say until now. Maybe now that they find their taste of victory, things are gonna be different. And look at this. Look at Pantheon out damaging everyone.
Oh, damage, huh? You proud of that?
No, look at this. Look at
It's just noises coming out of Ashram when Pantheon's around.
The usual, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a very impressive game from Chaos, right? Strong amounts of snowballing off the successful skirmishes throughout a lot of the early game. And also, despite not really putting much pressure on Drakes and actually losing Ocean Soul, even that, as a discrepancy, was not enough to prevent them from closing out the game. And yeah, I can only really credit specifically to me the mid-jungle of Chaos for this one, right? Ardefla fulfilled his role. He was playing Xayah into Nocturne Orianna, and he pressed his R key enough times that it
it took him a while to find the correct timing, okay?
Hence why I said he did it enough times for it to not necessarily matter for Venom Crest, right? And I think the consistent rotations out from Zuhi, making sure he was always present, and Taxvig always looking for angles of aggression, just paid off heavy dividends, right? Whilst Venom Crest are looking for these plays with that Nocturne Orianna, the global answers are always there, and it's not like a teleport or a Shen'el or even like to a point Twisted Fate where you kind of have to half guess, or in the other cases you just can't cast these spells to get to the places you need to be. You just press R and it's kind of you're like, oh guys, where do I need to go? Cool, right, I'm gonna be there in 2 seconds, right? So the responses are always there for Chaos. It just feels thematically really good to be able to answer out on that kind of dive composition that Venom Crest tried to pull out here.
And I feel like I might have misread them, because during the seeding they were trying to pull the wacky picks because they came in as the underdogs. They were trying to throw other teams off guard, right? But right now they are having their boot camp. They are playing against a very prominent team in the NLC as well, previous champions from last year, and they're actually playing very textbook compositions and ways to execute them. They haven't thrown in any weird picks, if you will, on the Rift to confuse or try to take advantage. There's a coach playing on the other side. I think it's been extremely respectful, if I may say that word as well. Like the tanks over in the top lane for Turtle, he's not necessarily really getting up against Zilot and trying to assert dominance in that lane. It's just very clean, slow textbook League of Legends. And honestly, it's been a breath of fresh air to see that Chaos have finally found footing in their own game.
This is it. Venom Crest, can you shed that skin and be a new Snake? Or Chaos will finally move on and get their first win. And the most important one on the lower bracket means they survive. If you need to win, might as well be this time. And Bessa yet again being removed from Turtle, Kalista, the Corki. You know the drill on Chaos. They're just punching on Maoki's champion pool, which is disappearing at the moment. The
real
Jinx
question is, are Chaos going to do a triple AD ban on red side? And the ultimate BM of Lex Skarner go up is kind of where my head's at. Again, it's been 3 ADs no matter what, but they've only been on blue side. Red side, you kind of locked into the Skarner, and usually the Kalista is something that's banned away. Vi as well on the red side. These are kind of like the common bans. Cassante sometimes, but Cassante's gone because of Fearless. As unfortunately, we've had to draft some kind of issue somewhere along the line. We'll hopefully get that fixed and sorted ASAP. But yeah, draft started off very 2 expectations there. Big question still just kind of remains what Chaos are going to look to continue their focus on when it comes to those bans.
I wonder what the Brom ban was for there. Is Laurie finally going to play one of those melee, hard engaged kind of champions? We have actually quite a few of them. I'm very surprised. There's so many in the pool. In yesterday's best of 5, all of the prominent, hard engaged, tanky frontline supports were gone. Like teams were literally scrambling to find some sort of engaged champion. But for example, you are banning Brom here, which means that you do not have that very heavy melee support. There's things like Rakan still in the pool, as Jamada mentioned in the previous round.
I mean, Troubling, I know you love this. I mean, they can even go for a B1 vibe. Please don't hit me. I'm just playing with you. Please.
I
don't
said
attack
to
me,
you, man.
please.
Listen, I said to you. There's only two ways you're allowed to pick Vi B1. One, if your name is Shun, and two, it's gonna be played with Talia or Ari. If none of these two conditions are met, just don't B1 Vi. It's that simple.
There you
I
go.
like it.
They
You got an
blinked.
explanation.
They blinked. Chaos. So, is it going to be Varus?
Varus
I
open.
guess, right? Varus is this the AD that they've sacrificed to leave open now, being on red. And will Venom Crest take the bait? Because my expectation would be if Varus does get first picked here for Venom Crest, Chaos have an answer, right? They wouldn't do these very three. My coach brain is telling me they wouldn't have these three bans locked in throughout the entirety of blue side, and then
If there's not an
sacrifice that if there's not an answer.
Yeah.
So I'm looking towards Ardefla to see what exactly he's going to pick. We've seen, you know, the couple of weird picks and combos. Talia's already gone, so you don't necessarily get to do that. Are we going to get some kind of strange poke champ, or are we going to get a standard
Ziggs?
ADC? Ziggs could very easily be the answer now that you mention it, right? Leona Ziggs sounds pretty good, and then you can kind of draft whatever you want on the rest of the map. You've got that AP damage already locked in at that point.
And there's no Brom also for Venom Crest on the other side to deal with the Leona. Also, Jace gets to push really freely once you get a little bit of mana in his inventory as well. Jace is another pick that these both
Jhin,
teams
okay.
have not even touched at all. The Jhin Leona being locked in here, to me, it rings Rumble really loud in my ears. Jhin Leona, specifically Jhin, is one of those champions that really well sets up for the Rumble and the team fights, and he pairs up so nicely with the champ. So I feel like Venom Crest, they're going to take it away if that's something Zilot can play over on the top side of the map, or find a way to get tanky enough on the top side to deal with it. Ornn could potentially be an answer here.
Yeah, Sejuani Rumble, I wouldn't mind this. Azir even as well. I think Azir is something that kind of rises in priority for Chaos. When you have Jhin on the bottom side, Jin's not the best DPS champion, but obviously he's got a lot of utility, a lot of burst through the way his kit functions. Azir can give them that DPS that they could potentially require here, as Lofty's going through a whole bunch of different options available to him, and some not. I expect it will be the Nautilus just to get it for more reliable engage, and that it will. So strong engage, strong frontline already there for Venom Crest, the potential of going on hit or poke for the Varus, and then the rest of the composition can kind of very easily be plug and played. Now it kind of falls into Chaos's hands, and whether or not they want to get Taxvix jungler in now, or if they want to go towards their mid lane and ban out two mids. My expectation would either be the Wukong or the Azir as kind of the two primary options that they're thinking about right now.
Wukong, yeah.
But also Jarvan. Taxvix has played Jarvan before. Not the biggest fan of the Zyra here. However, it does outclear Sejuani much faster. If you do have prio lanes, you can actually invade with the champion, make Sejuani's life a hell. So I don't hate it, but I would have preferred the other picks that we sort of like centered around, especially if you're going towards something like a Rumble as well. That's been set up by Jhin really nicely on the top side of the map. Jarvan is chef's kiss, especially into mobility carries like the Varus.
Yeah.
You can go for something bulky now. If you want to be crazy, Zuhi could pull a Silas in the mid line. You have some ultimates to use on the left side that could be salvageable, and Turtle could play tank duty. That would be interesting.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. I think Yone ban, also they necessarily feel like they need to get rid of maybe a Renekton on the top side, but like, not to be mean, but I feel like if Chaos are banning out top side champions, then maybe something contextually in this series has gone a little bit wrong. But then again, I suppose maybe Lofty could still play it, so there is always the chance for
what if
just respecting it.
usually mid lane, I'm gonna say right now before it happens, is the easier lane to stay alive in, and control mages are much easier to play than bruisers, and a lot of the harder to execute AD top laners. Lofty could very easily take a champion over on the top side of the map and transition Z-Lot in the mid lane, for that matter. Now, I don't know if that will be easier because Zuhi has been having a pretty good series so far.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel
I'll
like
fight. Is that Jace then
Yeah.
incoming?
so that says to me that they're either looking at Jace or Gnar, and Gnar's the pick that they've opted to ban away. Jax maybe. I mean, there's not really too many other things you'd want to ban Malphite for, off the top of my head. So this seems like we're probably getting an R4 for Turtle here, if I had to wager a guess. But yeah, definitely a bit of a out there ban, just trying to remove away another safe and reliable tank right inside of the Malphite. Renekton comes through for them, so I kind of don't mind this as a strong takeaway from potentially dealing with Sejuani and the Renekton either through the mid or the top side, and how many champions are there that you're willing to bet on that Zealot can pilot and deal
Jax.
with in terms of their Renekton? Jax, but the thing is, you have to be a seasoned Jax player.
You have to be a
manage,
Jax player.
to manage that lane, right?
I mean,
that's
Arn is
kind
there,
of
you
the problem
just
with it.
tank away.
I think
Yeah.
Ornn will be fine here. It's just that Sejuani is gonna have to.
So Sejuani top.
Oh,
It's Sejuani top.
okay. But guys, what if it's middle sticks, guys? Or what if it's top sticks?
It's not
Middle
gonna
sticks
be
or
middle
top
sticks,
sticks?
Jamada.
I mean, definitely
No, this is...
definitely an interesting rotation of champions, and now Zuhi. I was suggesting the Azir earlier when they weren't dealing with this much range, but Zoe, honestly, I kind of like the hover. I like the call out. He's still gonna go towards the Azir at the end anyway.
You like
it
the
would have been
hover,
nice.
do you?
I wouldn't know.
It's a
I mean,
shoot
look,
him a
going
draft
range,
as well,
range,
it
range for
makes
range, it would have been nice. But I like the Azir. They need the DPS. Obviously, they do have the Zyra there as well. But they've got now a good mixed damage profile, strong utility across the board, and decent amounts of frontline. I think their comp kind of does it all. They can go forward, they can go backwards. There's not really too much of a worry here. Venom Crest, a lot going on with this composition. Ezreal in mid lane, and of course the Fiddlesticks. Trouble, what do you think of the Fiddle?
I'm actually excited because I think Fiddle is one of those champions that if you actually play him and play him a lot, we've seen what Inspired, for example, can do over in EU and NA with Fiddlesticks, but he's a very, I would say, complicated champion in terms of clear speed. He's super fast, but you gotta know his tricks to like do double minions and double camps to be faster. Because again, Zyra is one of the fastest clearing champions in the game, and 1 or 2 priority lanes for the Zyra. That means that the Fiddlesticks is going to struggle in his jungle. And I want to see if Chaos are actually gonna put some pressure on this Fiddle to not get any party surprises later on.
If you don't get vision on the map, Fiddle may surprise everybody. Maybe that's what they need to take down Chaos for this first one, or Chaos may end up the city. So I just want to name Jamada, nothing else.
Chaos.
Trouble.
Chaos.
Oh, a 3-0 on the desk. I'd like to know what the casters think about it. But before we go there, we have a quick pause before we go into the Rift. I'll see you soon. Match point.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the caster's desk. Ashram asked for a name. I'm gonna say Chaos, and that's not because I predict them to win, it's because I think this game will be chaotic. That's for sure. The draft, Foxtrot, I mean, both teams were cooking.
Yeah, something funky is smelling coming out of that kitchen, let me tell you that much. I'm not really sure how I feel about it, to be fair. Obviously it's very unique, and when you know your backs are against the wall, maybe you just have to bring out something a little unique to make things work. But a Sedge top, Fiddle mid, Fiddle jungle, Ez mid is certainly a choice. Those are 3 champions from League of Legends.
That's a good
and that's about all I've got to say about it, to be fair. So I'm just curious to see how it's gonna go down in game.
I don't know. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be fun. Obviously, for the defending champions in Venom Crest, they have their backs against the wall. Lose and their split is over. A game with so much pressure on it, but you can't help to smile and just get excited because Fiddlesticks gets picked so little. We don't even have the picture for it on overlay. That just shows how crazy this draft is.
Yeah, he's in fog of war, mate, ready to ult.
He's always ready. He's hiding.
Yeah, at level 1. Yeah, it's tough, man. Honestly, I feel like it's quite a tough comp to it's quite difficult to play Fiddlesticks into the likes of Leona and Zyra, champions that can stop you from coming forward, like while you're channeling your ulti, right? Like is that sound? Okay, I thought that was sound from the broadcast. That's Fiddlesticks' skin making that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly a sound that it's making. That's for sure.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was the background music from Juntselect still playing. I was like, oh, NLC production. No, it's Fiddle 6. Sorry about that, boys. My bad.
Flame
yeah.
production from not something that's not.
That's it. They're great as well. So it's what can I say? And yeah, Azir ult versus Fiddle ult is tough. But yeah, he's just gonna have his piggy charge, and yeah, we'll see. A lot of biding time till level 6. I feel like with the Sejuani and the Fiddle stick.
Let's see, man. Let's see. I'm so excited for this, man. But I do fear that there will be quite a calm before the storm. Obviously, a familiar face returns in Sheila being bullied by the Chaos bot lane. I mean, the fact that they've lane swapped 3 times in a row, man. The guy's already down, man. Just give him a break.
Yeah.
He's just trying to play league, bro. And no, obviously, the relentless pursuit of victory continues here for Chaos, right? As they will not move an inch away from bullying Sealed into his grave.
Yeah, and it's difficult Sejuani into these lane swaps because she really sucks at last hitting, right? So a lot of champions that go into these lane swaps have some tools to last hit, either ways to clear out waves or like Renekton, even with like his auto attacks QW, like he has ways to clear out waves or some sustain to keep him safe in the lane. That's not a thing for Sejuani, right? Like she's got a W and that's it, and that's on a really long cooldown, and it's very unreliable. Bear in mind, okay, Zealot Zealot has Ignite on that Sejuani. So that's not too surprising for Sejuani top in general, right? You take Ignite and you actually have a surprising amount of burst damage when you get your combo off. But I feel like with the way that this game has gone and the role that he needs to, the series has gone, sorry, and the role that he needs to play, it's risky. It's risky to not have that flag.
Oh, the side steps though. Fancy feet from the coach. I do agree, it is very bold, but when you've got moves like Jagger like that, right? Maybe you could just dance your way out to safety. As it's certainly such a skill. It's such a skill check as well. I'm still shocked we don't have the Fiddlestick picture. I thought it was just that they had to find it in the files somewhere deep below everything. But I guess the overlay is genuinely not just able to be there in the way it's programmed. Regardless, though, we look forward to see those Curse Domes coming out of absolutely nowhere. Will be fun. I have been informed production is currently searching through the files and finding it. He is so far down the pecking order that they did not expect it. A beautiful way to symbolize just how crazy Venom Crystal went in this draft for.
Yeah,
the livelihood on the line as well, right? It is so crazy. This is their final game potentially off the split, and they're playing Ezreal mid and Fiddlestick jungle.
Yeah. What a way to get a footing back into this series though with these kind of picks. Like it's certainly throwing down the gauntlet here. Venom Crest, they've gone deep into their pockets. Fearless Draft will do that a little bit as well, but it does seem a little bit desperate. It's very unique as far as team comps go, and it's going to take some piloting, some individual skill to make that happen. But I do feel like coming into this series, Venom Crest did have a large amount. I would say they look like a pretty skilled roster, right? And I thought my expectations coming into this series again were that we'd have a relatively fast 3-0. But in the favor of Venom Crest. So it's not beyond a team. I know they're down 0-2, but it's not beyond a team like Venom Crest to be able to make a comp like this work, despite their score.
Venom Crest as well, obviously. 2-2 in the seeding stage. Defending champions, but obviously they've stuck to that tradition of finding rookies. And that does mean there's a lot of pressure when you're coming in all of a sudden and the defending champions. They were by no means favored this split. Despite holding the title as reigning champ, but their performances were good initially, but I've struggled to see the rapid amount of improvement that is needed in this format that we've seen other teams like Bulldog, like Verton show, and Chaos now as well here today, right? And I think that's the biggest issue for Venom Crest. Some of it has to be attributed to the fact that Elijah isn't here today, but those same issues were also present in the second week of the seeding stage. Glory would now just be caught out, forced his back. I'm not sure he's dead yet as Mauki trading back quite effectively. Here comes Kiki. Lofty's running up as well. This could be a big fight actually. For first blood as Mauki forced to flash away. So many low health bars as finally the first blood comes through. Rotio is set to go down and will fall as well. Lofty will pick that one up. Another TP in from Sealot as it's a party in the top lane, and I guess it was a 1-for-1.
Yeah, and again, it's it's the support getting first blood with it being Rutsu this time, not Lori. But a lot of blood happening in the top side of the map. We've seen this quite frequently coming through here. I don't think Venom Crest want this.
Looking for the shuffle and will find it. Takes a bit of damage himself, but it won't matter. The kill will be claimed, and that should be 2 Void Drops in favor of Chaos. But those low HP bars might seem like a nice opportunity for Venom Crest to bite back. Good poke from Lofty, but Suo out of vision, and will just find Venom Crest mid lane. A good flash and piercing arrow, man. They are really balancing on a razor's blade here as continual poke from Lofty. Now forces Taxi, who has just reset, to not get the drops as well as that neutral objective yet to be fully taken. Kiki's back on the map.
Yeah, Zealot now is level 6, so he will have his ultimate. He's more of a champion here. Kiki though needs 6. He needs to hit 6. I'm not sure how soon he is. It should be pretty quick, like probably one of these. I mean, these grubs should give it to him. But until that point, like, these plays are exceptionally risky. And to be honest, Venom Crest are fortunate it didn't go worse for them here. Getting caught out by the shuffle and such. He's still only level 5, okay, but he's got his top rounds. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be chilling. A lot of the success for Venom Crest will come down to the Crow Storm from Fiddlesticks, right? And how he can play around that vision to make it work.
It's gonna be exciting, as we've already seen this game. They are certainly willing to get down in the mud, fight and brawl. It's a good mix of macro play and the good old Prime NLC, where it's just, you know, fight until someone's Nexus explodes. And I like that. It's a nice little mix, as at first due to the objective did go over to Venom Crest with the feed 3 Void Drops. Drake obviously available on the map as well, and maybe a kill in the mid lane as Laurie was fishing like he's done in all 3 games, but comes to empty-handed.
Now we see Chaos. 1,000 gold in the lead already at 8 minutes. But to be honest, it's pretty even across the board, and the fact that a lot of that gold is sitting on Turtle compared to, you know, Renekton over Sejuani isn't a huge deal, right? But it's something that I feel like Venom Crest are really gonna have to be like wary of, especially in this mid game, the next kind of like 10-15 minutes, because Venom Crest have been the ones who opt into a lot of these fights. A lot of these aggressive plays have been started in the series by Venom Crest, and it works out in Chaos's favor, as we're going to get an engage from Venom Crest this time. That's just a little bit of a trade, okay, my point standing. That I just want Venom Crest to be able to like understand that actually maybe we don't want to fight a Renekton that's at his peak strength, right? And maybe it almost happened already with Fiddlesticks before he was level 6, right? Venom Crest initiated that too, so I'm wary of how the trend of this series has been with the aggression, perhaps at times over-aggression from Venom Crest.
I think the over-aggression part is really key to hit on, as talking about over-aggression, maybe a bit of overconfidence instead, playing as a substitute coach in the top lane with Ignite. But yeah, I mean, Turtle will just find the solo kill. Come on, man. A nice play from Turtle. I want to give him credit, but I am a bit disappointed in taking that Ignite. It looks a bit more baffling as the game goes on. I think it's the right way to phrase it. But is that a solo kill? We'll take a look at one more time. Let's see how Turtle made it look oh so easy.
Yeah, this is the thing. Renekton is just so strong when you got that empowered. Your Fury up as well. You do so much damage. You're so strong, and yeah, the engage it's easy as you like. And because you know Zealot doesn't have that flash, you have to respect this at this point, man. That's
come on.
That's greedy. I think he had his Q up or something and thought he could just like react in time to actually CC Turtle under that turret, who is dead, by the way. Something happened there for him to die. But yeah, wasn't able to react to it, and that is now crucially, by the way, for Chaos. That is the feat of strength, right? So that is all the the first part of it, the kills. So they've got that under their belt.
It's a great update as well. If you take a look at the scoreboard, Kiki now is playing a champion. Yeah, I know you're surprised, but he is now up on that scoreboard as the Fiddlesticks is being shown. He is hovering around this top side as well, making sure that Chaos will be denied away. Let's see in the picture-in-picture how Turtle died. Well, I'll keep my eyes on what's happening up in the top side. Oh, he just went underneath the turret. Okay. Anticlimactic. Okay. That's what it is.
Yeah. Figured it would be something like that. I mean, I can't see the ultimate, but yeah, that would be helpful to track if we could, because that's a big thing for Venom Crest, right? Before for them to decide when it's like a big go button, when they're going to be aggressive and when they're going to make
quite low
those
here
plays.
as well. I
Here it
think
comes.
they might be dead as the Crow Storm is going to come through. Great turnaround from Artifler and Venom Crest. It's all going to shit. They're in a whole heaps of trouble. It's their dive. It was their decision, but they'll pay the full price. And another solo kill in the mid lane. The defending champions are trying to bite back, but they have no Venom. They have no way to do this. It's a shocker from Venom Crest.
I said it, man. I said it. It's their aggression. It's Venom Crest who opt into these plays, and it bites them in the arse like every time. We've got the ult from Fiddlesticks, and to be honest, it makes sense, right? You get into Artifler, you get the fear and the chain CC and insta kill him, but he's not actually in range. That's the big part right there. Holy moly, that was really close though. If the Fiddlesticks ult's just a little closer and hits Jin, insta fears the Jin, and then you combo down and he dies. Like that's, yeah, the fact that that miss meant that Malky dies as well. That's actually a huge thing. Like genuinely, that's probably like an inch away from fearing Artiflow, and that changes the entire play right there.
That's crazy, man. Such a big moment, and the game seems to have swung a little bit in terms of who's in the lead. It was so even, but Venom Crest, they have no more second chances. They've been in the winner's bracket, now down in the loser's bracket, and one more loss. The defending champions are out. But while that what's happening is up in Suhi finds another solo kill. This guy, man, such a crucial time to step up, and this does not just go for him, but for the rest of Chaos. They've all done it today. And in particular, man, my eye continually falls on Suhi as he just shines so brightly in this mid lane.
You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong at all. Azuri has been, for me, has been the MVP of the series, I'd argue, so far. Like, he's been absolutely insane. And considering, again, like, Lofty is not a bad mid laner at all. I feel like he's been playing really well on Venom Crest and probably been their best player coming into through the seeding stage as well. So yeah, the fact that he's just turned it around, like you mentioned, they had their interview, like Chaos had an interview and talked about wanting to find their confidence. You know, for me, this shows it, right? Like Chaos came through, they qualified being like the best team in the Swedish leagues, and this is it. This is the caliber of the team. This is the quality that they hadn't shown us yet in the NLC. Their first time on the big stage, the first time in Div 1. And they're making it happen. And now they've found their legs. They found their footing. They found their confidence. And they're one game away from knocking the reigning champions out of NLC.
Really big moment. Really big moment. There's more to come. Turtle underneath the pressure in the top side and will just be silenced, taken down. Great little play there from Venom Crest to get something, as we'll be able to claim first turret as well, and won't leave the feature strength yet, but it will deny that route for Chaos to take. They'll now have to find another neutral objective before they can get it, or if Venom Crest find two, they will get it themselves. So we'll keep our eyes even more on the Drake spawning in 30 seconds now, as that could have an even bigger impact than originally anticipated. But with Suhi down there already, you know, if you're a Chaos fan, you're feeling pretty confident about securing the objective.
Ooh, now Zealot is all by himself here. If he is looking for a trap play, which he can do with his ultimate,
he needs
some backup. Yeah, he needs some backup, and there really isn't anywhere near.
Oh, they've just been spotted as well. They know they are there. Suhi, get out, buddy. So he'll make the right decision and run back to the safety of his team. Take a look at the summoners as well. Flash on both the carries. Key no Crow Storm though, and I think they won't contest it. That's just like that. I mean, feats of strength over to Chaos. And they needed it in both games. Didn't get it in the last game. And didn't even get a single Drake in game number 2. But it didn't matter as across the board they outplayed Venom Crest at every step. Oh. I don't think he's dead here. The question is Venom Crest dead for overextending? Ignite, good damage, but it's not enough from Venom Crest and Suhi, and instead Chaos will take down two. Just yet another nail in the coffin of the defending champions.
Dude, you just had to wait, man. Fiddlesticks is clearing his Krugs and his ult's up in 10 seconds. You just had to wait.
No flash. I mean, pretty low health bar. Could he trade back? Good damage. But as Turtle roams in as well to make sure the kill is secured. I could say the same phrase again. Yet another nail in the defending champion's coffin. It is all heading in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I mean, again, but why are we engaging here, man? We just saw Chaos take Dragon. We know they're in the area. So going for this fight, it's just baffling to me. Like, this makes sense if you've got Fiddlesticks sitting in one of these two bottom bushes, right? And then he comes out with a Crow Storm, and boom, like it's a big dog pile thing, and it's cool. It kind of works.
They want this. They
Yeah.
want to get something on Sui here, and you have to feel they need to start getting it soon. The turret is summoned,
What's up?
the Crow Storm is called, and the CC change should be enough, especially with Lori coming in as well. But he buys time. There's a TP coming into play. Far from over Venom Crest. If they get a clean sweep here, they're right back in it. But Kiki already taken down by Turtle. And it's a 1-for-1 they invested so heavily in. There is no objective to play for except for more kills, and Artifler likes that phrasing because he wants more, and he'll try and get it as well. Malky forced to youth both, some walking out, just barely limping away. Instead, the attention turns to Sealat, who as well will find his way out. Lofty getting some peaceful time in the mid lane too. Aims on some health on the turret, but it's a 1-for-1, and Venom Crest paid heavily to get out and just to make it a 1-for-1.
Richard did really well right there with his combo on Leona to catch Malky. Like, even a blind Zenith Blades to follow through. Yeah, it's looking tough here for Venom Crest. When they try and start those plays, as we said a million times before, it doesn't work out in their favor. But when you've got that Fiddlesticks, you actually do have options to go for counter plays, right? If Chaos are the ones looking for the aggressive engage, and you have Fiddlesticks sitting over a wall, it is arguably the greatest tool for turning a fight around, but for counter initiation, the Crow Storm, right? And so that's really what I'm looking at for Venom Crest, to take it a little bit more chill, and to play in Fog of War, to play around Vision, and then catch Chaos, rather than forcing these dives and forcing these aggressive plays.
They need to be sharp and precise in that decision making. There is not much room to maneuver anymore in terms of the amount of errors you can make. You've pushed yourself to the brink, you can say. You don't have much more to pay for in terms of keeping this game alive, right? It is about your decision making here and now. It's about how you set up for these objectives. It's about how you take the fights and when you take the fights. And so often they've been over confident, over aggressive, and we'll see if there's another one of those cases. Good damage on Taxley, but again, he easily gets out, doesn't have to waste much, and they've invested a few ultimates in it, wasted a bit of tempo, and can Venom Crest gain from this. Good damage from Malky in the mid lane, but again, see who gets a turret on the top side.
Yeah, Kiki, the Fiddlesticks still has ultimate available to him. No Renekton ulti, but that was really the only thing blown to the side of Chaos right there. If they decide to contest this Herald, which it looks like they're not going to do, and then there's that to bear in mind. But Zhui is hovering around. I think the call is to chill here, to back away. I don't think you should try and get any specific heroics, as this will be the Herald going into Venom Crest's favor. If they can break open these structures, what I was talking about clearing out Vision and playing around Vision, it becomes so much easier when the map is open with those structures down.
I think he's looking for another solo bowler here in Lofty, and with the flash available, he'll just get it. I can't even count how many times he's solo killed in this series. It is unbelievable. It's fantastic, and it's historic for him here to step up when it really matters.
Yeah, it's a mid-gap this series, and Lofty, who's been so good previously in the seeding stage for Venom Crest, even a bit of a shining light against Nord in that series. That was very tough. Venom Crest against one of the best teams we have here in the NLC. Yeah, it's just not happened so far this series for him. And Dewey has really stepped up. Akiki could be in trouble. There's a crocodile in the bush. There was. Not anymore, and he's okay. He's chilling. He's fine.
He's out to safety. There's a Drake and an Artican now on the map. Let's see what happens around those objectives. It's a sole point for Chaos. There is no strength to repay for that. It's already secured as another kill is secured in the mid lane. Or down between the river, you could say instead. And as Sealat looks for the trade with Turtle, it won't mean much. That's another neutral objective given over. Laurie's been caught out just for the second time this game, but not for the first time or second time this series, or split even. I mean, I'm keeping my eyes on Kiki in these fights. He has to find the right engagement in the team. Particular Malky and Lofty has to be there with the damage to back him up. Malky, look at the damage. He can certainly try and poke out opponents. Here's Kiki on the flank. If he finds them all, maybe there's a window. The Crow Storm is channeling, but it's only onto Rock 2, and he'll get the kill, but he'll end up trading it back, right? I mean, the good flash to get out for now. Artifla has all the sums in the world, and he is forced to use the cleanse. Not enough. But the shutdown goes over into Sealer. Again, though, it's a positive. It's a 2-for-1. And if you're Venom Crest, you take that.
This is good for Venom Crest. This is really good for Venom Crest. Kiki went in 1v3. Like, that was a pure solo queue Fiddlesticks ult. And he gets a kill and sets up the kill for Adafleur as well. That was really, really well played. And now they're going to crack open this mid.
This is just what they needed. The gold lead is still not in their favor, but maybe just a gust of wind to try and change the tides of momentum in this game is what they needed. Artican on the map as well, and we all know how important that could be. Wait a few more minutes, and if Baron is also up for grabs at that time, everything could change with one team fight. So we'll be keeping our eyes on that. And again, I'm gonna reiterate my point. Keep our eyes on Kiki, because he's the one who has to make things happen. This isn't perfect, but it's enough to get a W for Venom Crest on the board.
I mean, that was just ridiculous. Uh-oh, Laurie's being caught again. Is this a replay or is this live? I'm not sure. But he's going to fall down once more. Yeah, okay. Atakan now, you would imagine, is the prize for that kill. Chaos already with that lead. Yeah, okay, Zella's getting a little bit frisky here too.
Yeah. The top is, the coach is feeling himself. You know, coach can still play, right? He won't find the solo kill. We all know he's going to... Oh my, what?
I mean, okay, does this
I thought he would just queue and get out. Sealer, fair play. Coach still got it as Kiki has the ultimate. Keep your eyes on the Crowstorm. Sui, half HP, could be taken down as he will be killed. Now it's on to Artifla. He goes golden as Kiki buys crucial time. The fight is flipped. The tides have turned. The defending champions fighting back when it matters most. They'll claim what is pretty much an ace. They'll get the Artican as well. It's massive for the defending champions.
Kiki, you kinky minx. He makes it happen again. 2 Crowstorms in a row. Finding the play, stealing the Atakan, setting it up for his team. Beautiful stuff. Now, Chaos know Kiki's here. He walked over that control wall, but he starts channeling just that bit early. He's able to get in, separates Chaos. The Zhonya's comes through. Lofty was that fadeaway auto attack that brought down Shui as well. My goodness, and remember, there's no Renekton because he got solo killed by Zella 30 seconds ago. Ridiculous turn of events right here, and Venom Crest, from having no life in this game whatsoever, they're looking like they're going to turn it around.
And Laurie's caught again.
Yeah.
That's like how you should end a sentence every time you make a point in this series. And it's a really good point. Laurie's caught again. And it's just how this series has gone. Regardless though, the gold is now dead even. The energy has arisen tenfold as now it's Chaos on the forefront, wanting to make the moves, not to be caught out once more. The withdrawals, 2 now used. Turtle still alive and should be able to walk this off as Sealer solo could be forced into a withdrawal as well. And Laurie's caught again. How do you end every sentence with that saying? It's
this guy, dude. This guy.
I can't, man. I can't.
Brilliant. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, he didn't have a withdrawal that time, so he's now dead for real. I'm not quite sure what he thinks that Nautilus can do before, but yeah. All right. So unfortunately, Kiki, getting caught right there. That is the weakness of Fiddlesticks. Like, you need to be able to go in and to set up really to make your Crowstorm and your Fiddle play in general work. If you're the one getting engaged on, it almost always blows up in your face, and that's what happened there. Fortunately for him, he had the Atakan withdrawal instead. But this is going to be an important dragon now for both teams. Jui doesn't see this though. He's still be in trouble.
He's out.
Ooh.
Slide and glide, and no need for the Emperor's Divide as it wasn't too done. Oh, and Laurie's
Laurie!
I can't believe it. It's the 3rd time in a row I get to say that this time. It's actually turning out well, though. He's not dead yet. And Taxley, 1 auto away, but it doesn't come through. The snipe will secure it, and Baron is available. Laurie did not get caught. I took the kill for granted. Turtles on the flank, though. The recalls have to come through. TP in from Suhi. So much at stake here for both of these teams. Chaos have room to maneuver. They can make mistakes. They can lose a game. But when you feel like you've had this series in the palm of your hand, you really don't want to play tennis right now. Throw it away. Bounce it back and forth. The game balancing on a razor's edge. Soul now available as well for Chaos to be claimed. Keep your eyes on the sums, flash up on the important carries. Kiki, no Crowstorm, but the flash is there when it's needed. Tax V's up in 5. I don't think ES can contest before that.
Alright, Venomcrest, chill until Crowstorm, okay? This is your win condition. It's the Fiddlesticks ult.
And they
oh
get
my
in.
goodness.
The flank
5
from Turtle.
seconds.
They want to trap
It's
them in the
not
pit. Can Sui get in? He has the Emperor's Divided Feet. They're not only in the pit anymore. It doesn't matter though. Turtle taken low. Someone else falls. It's Sealer. That's now Sui. Finds and assassinates Kiki. The crucial target taken down. The carry still remain, but little does it matter as the Smite's alive, as Taxvi will turn his attention to the Baron most likely, but no, Venomcrest. 2 carries still alive could try and poke them away from that objective. They've denied the soul. They've bought themselves more time, but I don't think they've stopped the big purple worm from going down.
Venomcrest, guys, you have the Crowstorm win condition. You can't set up these plays when it's on cooldown. Kiki's ult, it's not up here. It is not up. It's like 4 seconds away from being up. That it's close to being up, but importantly,
Back,
it
Malky!
isn't up.
He's looking for it. He
Malky?
finds it as well. The good cleanses. Now, Venomcrest are clutching up when it matters. It is desperate times. The desperate measures Venomcrest have taken is just hands checking. So far, it's keeping them alive. It's making the series competitive. We don't have a series on our hands yet, but it's oh so close.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I mean, that 1-for-1 there is totally worth it. Venomcrest is trying to swap Nash. Good stuff. All sorted there. Yeah, man, this is hairy. This is crazy. Laurie York, sweeping vision all by yourself. Against some pretty good engage and follow-up as well with the Leona and Jin. He's got to be careful here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This game is absolutely ridiculous. Venomcrest did have the lead, by the way, for about a few minutes, and then the dragon play happened, but it's pretty much dead even now, right? Chaos was so far ahead. They had this entire game, as you said, Duckling, in the palm of their hands, and they've let it slip away. It's not gone by any means, of course. It's now just an even game, but an even game when you're that far ahead is still something that you really would have wanted to avoid. Venomcrest again looking for that engage on the Crowstorm. It's been so good thus far. Can they find it again?
And normally, right, you'd say the biggest stages are for the biggest stars, but look at the nameplates, look at the teams who are here. None of these have been here before. None of them have had that pressure to step up when times require it. There's a power vacuum, really, between who will take over and find that deciding team fight. We've seen people take the mantle, take control, despite their status as rookies, pretty much across the board. There's not a single player on any of these two teams who is not finding themselves in their first ever NLC split, their first ever NLC playoffs, but we get to find out who will leave the defining imprint on this series and potentially end it here or open everything back up like for game number 4.
Just sweeping that vision away. That's the aim of the game right here. If you want to enable that Fiddlesticks, which really is your win con in these team fights, Fiddlesticks plus the follow-up. We do have some lethality poke potentially from Maokai as well. Malky, excuse me. And a lot of squishies on the side of Chaos who really don't want to be eating those Varus Qs. So with that poke and then the Fiddlesticks jump in, that's what we're looking for here. But both require vision to be denied. So there's so much flirting with danger, flirting with the darkness of Summoner's Rift. Just fighting to get that vision, to control it back. To put your own vision down, to sweep the opponent's vision. So much back and forth right here. Both teams know a wrong step at this point in the game will lose you the game. And that will have huge ramifications for the rest of the series.
So much at stake, and with the Baron being up, obviously it's an objective we'll have to look at. We'll have to keep our eyes on, but in a minute's time, the Drake spawns, bringing yet more variables into the equation. So many unknown qualities on both of these teams that have started to not just define who they are, the level they have, and what they can reach. Now one of them needs to show they have that clutch back. Laurie gets caught! Not again, man! It's not all over. Kiki's on the flank. Let's see if they start the Baron. This feels like where the series could be defined. As Ardenflower is caught out by the Crowstorm. Not dead yet as The Leandris is ticking, won't take him down. Sui is caught on his lonesome, but Kiki is taken down by Turtle. Sui looks to take down Sealot. The curtain call, an ironic name for what might just be happening in front of our eyes. Sui will take down 2, and that is exactly what I was talking about. The biggest stage is for the biggest stars, and Chaos have just found their new gem.
Blinking health bars on the side of Chaos. It was this close to being a good fight for Venom Crest, despite being a 4 versus 5. Because look at the position of Kiki. Look at that secret ninja covert operations. Artificer survives on a sliver of HP, but it's fine because he's Jin with the curtain call. So he then lays that down. On the other side as well, Leona survives, and Maoki plus Lofty now have to deal with Zhuhi, who has everything up, and he uses it to obliterate the remaining.
And Laurie's call! This can't keep happening!
Oh, Laurie, it's once again. It's okay. You know, sometimes you get a banner that says replay when you're seeing replays. Can we get one that says live, just so we know we're watching Laurie die legitimately again, and not this isn't just a replay? I mean, bruv, what are you? This needs to stop. This needs to not be happening right now. If Venom Crest want to win this game of League of Legends, it's not looking
keep going
good.
on like this. It can't.
I mean, Laurie Healy kind of has a similar ring to it, I guess. Maybe that's where we're at right now, but I'm just, I don't know. I'm out of juice for this one. I think Laurie's, yeah.
The soul, by the way, is now for Chaos. They got that in the meantime. I believe while we were in the replay, they managed to take down that and pick off Laurie on the back end of it. So the Hextech Soul makes it oh so hard to position. Find yourself in the right spot. The slows, the extra damage is certainly annoying to deal with. Kiki found a brilliant flank before, but sadly for him, only Artifler walked into the trap and he didn't even have enough damage to take him down. Yeah. He has to find another one of those, but it has to be onto 5 or onto 4. Venom Crest, again, look at the gold, not out of it. The soul, though, makes things harder. As Laurie gets caught, man!
Oh,
this can't keep happening!
I just can't.
No, Kiki as well. This could just be it. This might just be the final mistake they've made this split as Venom Crest. Now looks to get torn to shreds. The Hextech Soul slowing them down, denying the escape, denying them the opportunity to realistically fight back, and without even Sui being there, 3, 4 members of Venom Crest could be in danger. Ratsuo chasing a bit too deep at Suhi, surely to clean up and end this series. The defending champions can try as they might, but Chaos, they thrive in the chaos.
Laurie. It's yeah, that's him. That's him right there. Look, this is a tense moment. It's a big moment for both these teams, right? When a best of 5, whoever loses this is gone, right? They're out of the NLC winter. Venom Crest would need to pull off a reverse sweep, but still.
No! What are you doing? Please!
I mean, okay, I don't know. I guess at this point, like, it doesn't change anything. Whether he dies or not, right there, it doesn't change nothing.
I can't.
I know. It's just this, but I don't really. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I love Hylissang, right? And sometimes it just. I mean, there are ideas. Just it's not always they need to get. Like it doesn't look good when it doesn't work, right? You're going for these bold moves, and the confidence is inspiring, but when it doesn't work out, and especially in situations where it's not just you, it's your whole team as well. You pay a price, and that price is elimination currently from the NLC.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's engaged.
It's a cross on. They found someone. They found Taxmi. Is this enough? Is this something that they can hold on to and keep themselves in the game? No. Artiflag goes unstoppable instead, and Sealot seems to be next up on the menu. One after one after one. The curtain call are looking to find another. As Venom Crest have found a moment, have found a window to try and squeak themselves through, but it got slammed shut in their face as the Goldie now continues to grow for Chaos.
Yeah, it's back in Chaos's favor here. It's a 2 for 2, which, when you consider the state of the game, works just fine for Venom Crest. Able to stall it out, especially against this this Baron buff for Chaos. They also have this Hextech Soul, which is very powerful and is doing a lot of work right here for Chaos too. We're just trying to buy some time right now if you're Venom Crest, and the win con has not changed. It has not changed. We're looking to deny vision to get the poke through and to get those big fiddlesticks ults. The issue is it's now becoming that much harder to do. When you look at Zhui specifically, right? We've got Zhonya's, we've got Banshees to avoid that initial fear as well from the fiddlesticks engage, and you know, maybe Zyra is going to pick up something alike as well as Zhonya's or Banshees next. So it's going to be harder to find those windows. It's going to be harder to find those gaps. Venom Crest, you know, their hope for this series, it is dwindling. It's not gone just yet, but Chaos are in a commanding position to sweep Venom Crest out of the NLC.
One thing that's clear is there is no more room for error, and I think we might just have seen another mistake happen. Sealot caught trying to clear the mid wave and taken down by a Chaos quick on the same page. They are reading the same story. We are yet to find out if it's a fairy tale or a miracle run or whatever they've got cooking up in that book, but sure, this is another big chapter in Chaos history. They've never been in the NLC before, and in their first time, to bounce back. Disappointing seeding stage 2. Take down the defending champions, kick them out of the tournament, but Lofty, if he has anything to say about this, it won't be quite yet stopping Chaos in their tracks.
Yeah, some big poke right there. Both Malky and Lofty coming through. Big ultimate from Ez, right? That was like a 5-man, I believe, from him. So able to just dissuade Chaos from that push right here, which should time out the Nash as well. Now the big thing now, right? Elder Dragon. It's up in 20 seconds. We do have 4 dragons plus the soul for Chaos. Yeah. So if they're able to pick this up, it's going to be a big deal. Lofty.
He thought he found Kiki, he didn't. Could this be the window? Oh, nah, they just disengage for now. Let's keep our eyes on Kiki. Eyes on Kiki. If he finds a flank, maybe there's hope, but he's rooted up. Sui has bought plenty of magic resist as well to make sure that he stays somewhat safe, even if Kiki finds the right engagement. Laurie looking for the flank, clearing out the vision, doing his due diligence to find the right angle. Taxvi's poked out. There is a window for them to claim this Elder here. Taxvi might need to recall, reset, reassess the situation. Currently looking good for Venom Crest. Kiki's on the flank. There is no vision on him. He has walked right into the waiting tab. Laurie is the bait, but he hasn't found the right angle yet. Is this it? He's channeling the Crow Storm. He's finding Sui, but look at how tanky he is. It takes so long to take him down, and before he can even press the Sun, yes, he's deleted. And with that, you have to feel they've made their final mistake, as Chaos have found what they needed to take 2 down. Surely it's the Elder Drake, but the poke still stands strong. The ease of execution not quite there yet, as they're found! Lofty! As Artiflock goes legendary, the series looks to be over. Atsua's buying time, keeping Maoki away. Sealer chasing down Artiflock, or won't be able to get the kill. Maoki should claim it, but keep your eyes on who's in the base. It's none other than Sui, the man who's redeemed himself today, shown what he can do, shown why he was such a force to be reckoned with in Denmark. And as Laurie will desperately try to stop him in his tracks, there is nothing that can stop Sui from this march to victory, from this march to eliminating the defending champions out of the NLC, as Chaos do the upset, complete the upset, and show their true strength, find their comfort. What a 3-0.
Kiki is up with the Crow Storm.
Surely not, man. Don't bait me like that, man.
Off screen as well. That was a bit of a jump scare for Zui. He does bring down those Nexus turrets. Maoki was able to kill Turtle as Zui was pushing mid. But it was, I mean, I think Turtle was just trying to stop the recall from Maoki. So here we go. We're sending it. We're sending it all in on this soul. And to be honest, I feel like this is the right play. Venom Crest, they're in a ditch. They're in problem. They're in a hole. Here we go.
They've got it. They've got it. I mean, surely not, right? Surely Venom Crest doesn't just do the most unlikely thing you'd ever see here and pull this game back. The Elder Drake could certainly help them. Yes, they have to get out. And that's why I think this mission falls short. They got what they came for, but they have to pay the price. 2 carries gone. Maybe even 3 if Lofty finds it. The slow is good, but has to respect that Elder Drake. A pretty strong Lofty. I think this is it. Chaos just needs to march down mid lane one last time. See that looking for the fight. Sui should die. Sui should actually be dead, but no! No! unbelievable things keeps happening in this series as they really tried. They really did everything they could, but Chaos were not to be stopped today. They were not to be disturbed on their march towards the victory. A brilliant snipe yet again from Artifler to win this series. A great performance from Chaos as the upsets complete. The defending champions are sent packing, and it was indeed a fairy tale for Chaos here today.
3-0 for Chaos on a day where they were expected to be 3-0'd by Venom Crest. I have to say, that last game was one of the most entertaining games of League of Legends I've witnessed. I thought that was fun. As a neutral, that was really, really entertaining. Yeah, crazy stuff coming through from that series. And I just, again, I want to highlight, like, you know, Zealot comes in here as the sub, he's the coach, comes into the top lane. Kind of last minute, difficult situation for Venom Crest, but especially in that last game. I thought he was fine, he was solid, you know, like it's difficult being in that situation. But to be honest, Chaos just absolutely showing us some proper class in that series. I was really impressed by them, and I'm excited to see them in their next matchup.
It's the first thing they described after a disappointing 0-2 first, right? Needing to find that confidence. It took a bit of time, but with the week's break, they certainly found it. Suhi, Suo, Artifler, Texvi, and Turden all stepped up here today. A great performance from them. A clean sweep to keep them alive in the lower bracket, as we'll throw it onto the desk to discuss this even further.
My prediction, go bamboozled for sure.
Guys, you're both muted. You're both muted again.
Hear me?
We are gonna boil you both. We are gonna boil you both. You're both muted. You're both.
I do not have anything muted. I promise.
Oh.
Okay.
We got you,
Okay.
Treble. We got you, Treble.
Okay. I just want to say first and foremost, great cast by the two guys, Duckling and Foxy. Good stuff.
Agreed.
But also, my prediction got completely bamboozled. Because I might have had a 3-0.
We're not
3-0 for Venom Crest.
We're not keeping count.
I would
It's
like
all
to
good.
say sorry. I wasn't familiar with your game. Chaos.
Look,
I'm sorry.
We're not counting. We're not. We're not keeping track. And at the end of the day, I think the substitution, yes, Zealot showed up and played well, but also Elijah was a very big part of why Venom Crest had a lot of success in their seeding stage, right? So I don't know. It's a weird situation because his absence wasn't necessarily the reason for Venom Crest getting 3-0'd, but his absence also does make a big difference in how Venom Crest clearly played. But also Chaos just showed up really big today.
It's a different team. It's a different team. I was saying, bamboozled by Chaos during seeding stage, and it's good to see them like this. The fear factor is gone as well. Maybe bootcamp had a big part on this. I don't know. Maybe like having the whole team there and communicating and being aware that, hey, we're 5 individuals. Let's just go. This is our final try. So maybe that's it. We have to say goodbye to Venom Crest, summer winners. And the champions are gone. And now, whoever takes this one, it's going to be an interesting one.
Obviously, different players, right? Between summer and right now, but they still do carry the crown from the previous year for the team. I think they carried it proudly, specifically during the seeding stage, and they did sort of find an identity for themselves, with Elijah being probably the main carry for the team on the top side of the map. And I'll agree 100% with Jamada, even though I will say that his absence was very much felt on the carrying department and on having an identity type of thing department.
I agree. Now for Chaos, they move on, they survive yet another day, and we have the opportunity to jump into an interview with Turtle, top laner. Yeah, it's Turtle. Hey! Welcome. You didn't get gapped.
I know. Yeah, that's true. Doesn't
That's
feel
a
great
starting
though.
point.
I'm right.
Oh, what do you mean?
I mean, I didn't play that well. It's just like it felt weird. I died so many times for no reason, and it was like not the greatest gameplay by me. So it feels kind of bittersweet in that way.
But it's
But we
not
still
the
won.
same team we get to see in seeding stage. Was it the
That is
bootcamp
true.
buff where you got to see the entire team and everybody's feeling more comfortable?
I don't even know. Like everyone is here struggling with 60 FPS. We're all complaining about certain things, but like somehow we're still performing super well. And I guess it's a bootcamp buff. I guess.
You know what? You get home, you put FPS cap at 60, and you perform again. I mean, maybe that's the buff. Maybe it's the FPS. I mean,
For
when you
sure.
look into the team and the way you behave today, what do you have to say? Who do you think like had the big part in it? Taking your name out, who do you believe is the MVP of the team?
I think Ardaflar and Zuhi, like, they made good comms, they played super well, they got all the kills, and they carried. Like, it was super easy to play for me. I didn't have to do much. They just made the calls. I followed. We won.
Give me your best impersonation of last moments before you blew up the Nexus, the last Nexus, and you knew you were through.
I mean, I was just like, oh my god, did this really just happen? Like, enemies had a coach, they were not good, in a good mood. I was just like feeling actually just sad for them. Like, it did not feel good for me. It's just like, yeah. I feel
This
bad
feels
for
like
them.
it's a rough series for you. It's like you lost. It's like you lost at the end. I don't know what to say, mate. Okay, final question for you. Moving on into the bracket, is there any team you're like, maybe this is too much for us right now? Or are you comfortable?
I mean, I didn't really understand that question just now, but I don't know if you're gonna make it even further than this, honestly.
You think this is it? I mean, but if you go with like one thing I really loved when Chaos joined in, and if I'm being honest with you, Turtle, was when somebody told me that, hey, Chaos was communicating with us, and they told us that they just want to come in and punch as hard as they can, regardless of the enemy. I think that's the bravest sentence and stance you can bring into an NLC that is packed with godlike characters. So if you
That
do
is
what you
true.
did today, and if you go with that confidence, what else can you ask? So why are you even scared of anyone else?
Yeah. I appreciate that thought, yeah.
Yeah, you did good today, Turtle. Wear that proud, okay?
Thank you.
You didn't get a single
Obrigado.
win on seeding stage, and you got 3 in a row, and you took a team out.
Mm.
You big.
Yeah, it
You
feels
big,
surreal.
Rio.
Thank you.
I'll let you be. Best of luck. Obrigado, irmão. I'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
That was actually so wholesome and so. Actually, you get to see the perspective behind somebody who's aspiring to be like a high caliber pro player, where he's like, I felt bad for them. I didn't enjoy my win as much as if I would have played against their star players. See where I rank up against the guys that's supposed to be my opponents, right? A win is a win, and you will always take it, especially when you're coming in as literally probably last place team on everyone's tier list, right? So a win is absolutely a win, but I love the attitude that he came into this interview with, where he's like, I just wanted to play against Elijah. I wanted to win against him. That's what matters. So that's a great mentality. Always moving forward, always developing, always evolving.
I agree 100%. Let's look into the game and see, like, talk a little bit about it. We have the replays ready and set up so we can talk about what happened within the game, because it was an interesting one. We have to highlight that. We're looking into late replays where things are already in track for Chaos. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot to take in. I agree with Jamada. It was not the coach. It was not the coach, in my opinion, but you're lacking a lot. You're lacking a lot from Elijah.
Yeah.
I think that the team just crumbled.
Yeah, no, I think it's a very fair assessment, right? It wasn't really until very late into this game where it felt like maybe perhaps, between Lofty finally getting a little bit of breathing room on the Ezreal and, just kind of Malkin also falling so far behind that he doesn't really get to play the game. Just having carries to play around for Venom Crest, it felt as though they could at the very least go toe to toe in a lot of these fights, and of course the very last second curveball pick of the Fiddlesticks does go a long way in helping to make a game chaotic as well. But yeah, it just felt as though overall the game state got a little bit too far away from Chaos, and it doesn't help when people are getting picked off left, right, and center. And I don't want to pick on a team or a player that's losing, or already been knocked out. But Laurie did not do his team any favors throughout a lot of this game, and Chaos did the right thing and punished them time and time again, and it provided them opportunity after opportunity to pick up objectives, buy more space on the map, and continually put Venom Crest in a slightly more controlled deficit.
I just want to give huge props to Zilot right here. I think he played that Sejuani game so damn well. His ults were on point.
Under the circumstances,
His
yeah.
flanks were on point. The way he was trying to find angles around the team fights, protecting his carries, like actually incredible. I feel like had there not been times that, like Jamada mentioned, where people were getting caught out right, left, and center, I feel like Venomcrest had a real good foot in this game to take our series to a fourth game for sure.
I agree 100%. He did his best. Even at the end, when he was just standing with Ezreal, they were like, he's going to engage, and he engaged. It was perfect. He made some really good plays. But talking about good plays, let's see who are the players of the match. It's up to you to go onto Twitter and vote on who do you believe should get the player of the series candidate. I like this.
Denmark.
Daxvig, Zuhi, or Hansu. I love this. I was not expecting this. This is good. This is. You vote on who do you think is the MVP. For both of you, who do you think is the MVP?
You go ahead, Jamada. You go first.
I mean, I think Zui had a very consistent series. I think he had 3 very, very good games. I think Taxfig also had, I'd say, like 2.5 very, very good games. And I also agree with Turtle's call out as well that maybe I'm not gonna say like misfire, but Ardef dropping an 18 kill game in game 3 also. Worth a mention. Didn't quite make it here because again the rest of the series for him was kind of just quiet passenger doing his role. But yeah, I would probably land on Zuhi personally. But do as you will, Twitch chat and Twitter. Go and vote and get the MVP in.
Listen, I'm gonna give my sympathy vote to the support because I think Rutsu had a fantastic Leona performance in that last game. However, that was just my sympathy vote. I'm going to go with Zuhi as well. I think throughout the entire series, he was consistently the better mid laner, and also the adaptation in his playstyle, going from playing the front to back team fights to adapting into a side lane pressure mode with the Azir to finding those engaged in the shoves that he needed to turn a lot of these fights around. I think he had a spectacular series.
I agree with both of you on this one. As well, we have to say farewell to Venomcrest. So let's look into the bracket updated. Venomcrest is no longer in the competition, and Chaos will move on to fight off versus Rich Gang. Meanwhile, Ruddy is waiting for their opponent. Now, this means that on February 12th, we're going to see another elimination match, which is going to be Chaos versus Rich Gang, then followed by Los Ratones versus Bulldogs on February 13, and then Verdant versus Nord on the same day. These 2 matches are best of 3 because they are on the upper bracket. All of those who fall from the top will have to go on to losers, and they only have another continue. It's going to be a rough down there, but it is what it is. Rich Gang started really strong with like clean score. They got demolished on the first round of playoffs, so I don't know, Chaos. I don't know. Don't push, like, don't pull those punches and just go heavy. Don't be afraid. Now, Jamara, Trouble Link, what are you doing on March 1st and 2nd?
Oh.
Wrong! You're gonna be in Nottingham! You're gonna be in Nottingham with us. Look at this. Beautiful. Join us in. And all you need to do is buy tickets on February 9 at 11 Central European Time AM. The seats are very, very limited because it's a small venue, but it's a packed one and comfortable one. I've seen it already. I was on the rehearsal online. I was not in Nottingham. I believe Middlecourt is in Nottingham. But I saw it from online, and it's beautiful. It has everything we need, and we'll try to make weird games with you, game shows with you, since our casters are having some difficulties. So yeah, buy the tickets. I agree with both of you. I know Graphic Team did you dirty. I agree. I'll make some different games. I have a plan.
Oh, yeah, because you had nothing at all to do with everything that was picked, Asheram. Absolutely not.
I'm just a baby. With that in mind, you can use our code from Arozzi to go onto the website and get 50% off. It's up to you what you buy: the standing desk, the sitting down desk, the chair, the eyewear, the webcam, everything. It's up to you. It's beautiful. I love the chair. If you want the chair, or you can keep using your lawn chair, it's up to you. Before we head and say goodbye, I would like to get from both of you final remarks. Jamad and Trouble Link. Jamad, you've been quiet for like 2 minutes, so I want to break that rule.
Yeah, sure.
That's
Maybe
lovely.
chaos.
Ah.
Maybe chaos. Depending on, like, I have a lot of faith in Rich Gang, but maybe it won't be as one-sided for Rich Gang as I assumed. I think the way that Chaos played today, yes, a much weaker opponent in Venom Crest. And Chaos have got enough weird picks and enough champion depth that they can definitely look to kind of break the mold a little bit and try and shake Rich Gang and catch them off their guard.
I just feel like Chaos might have more fight in them, considering how they have found their footing into playing different playstyles without having to reach deep into champion pools and pull out wacky picks around the map like they did previously during seeding stage. I understand this is best of one. Maybe you were trying to catch people off guard, but right now they showed a very solid and stable textbook gameplay, if you will.
As soon as you get that sweet taste of win, of victory, maybe it will change the way they play. I don't know that, but I do know next week we'll be here at the same time. It's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 3 days a week of Northern League of Legends Championship. Do you want more? No, we can't. We can't. Legally, we can't. We can only get 3 days a week. So with that in mind, I'll see you Wednesday. Until then, we love you very much. I'll see you soon. This show is not the same without you. Keep climbing! And don't play Nautilus, maybe. Maybe play Nunu. I'll see you soon.